All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready here for PHILO. So, wild-ass day. The relief, little Trump comments, and then not firing Powell, Trump comments on China. Then there was a Wall Street Journal rumor on more backing off of China. Then there was Bessent Live. He just criticized the IMF and World Bank, did not really reassure us. And then they were just saying they walked back some of the rumor, talked about trade deals taking a long time, maybe years, and then pretty much walked back some of the China stuff, saying it wasn't a unilateral Trump lowering. Trump was just saying that if they lowered, So and then we even had Trump coin news, which was weird. Apparently Trump is offering a dinner for the top 220 holders of Trump coin. So I'll see you there. But other than that, baby, time for PHILO. Give me a second to prepare. And yeah, let's see where we're at, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, good morning, guys.
Yeah, one of the things we heard from Trump yesterday.
Wait, I'm not even on the right
chat. He does expect there to be a deal with China that tariffs will ultimately be below 145% when that happens. That there's been some reporting today that suggests the administration might be looking to lower China tariffs preemptively in order to get them to the table to de-escalate the situation. What was Bessent's message on China specifically today?
Yeah, it's a great question. So after the speech, we had a chance to kind of talk to Bessent.
Okay, it's not loaded.
Not one-on-one, but a group of reporters asked him some questions, and he was pressed on this idea of the U.S. unilaterally or on its own starting to reduce some of the tariffs on Chinese goods. And he said, I think the direct quote was, not at all. The president is not thinking about that at all. But, at the same time, obviously the signaling is there that the U.S. is ready to negotiate. I mean, this is totally different from where we were just 3 weeks ago when this was like maximum leverage, maximum tariffs, and this escalated to, as you mentioned, U.S. Tariffs of 145% on Chinese goods by the U.S. and 125% by China on U.S. goods. So, I think the message was basically we're trying to rebalance trade. We want more manufacturing in the U.S. We want less consumption. We want China to consume more, including some of our goods. And so Bessent is really kind of pitching this as more of a rebalancing rather than a tariff wall, as we heard the president talk about before. So it's a little confusing, to put it mildly. But it seems like the general direction of travel is toward a more moderated kind of posture on trade. So we'll see.
All right, Dan Flatley covering the Treasury for us here at Bloomberg. Thank you so much. And Joe, it is one thing to consider the direction of travel.
Yeah.
It's another thing to consider the speed of travel. As the Treasury Secretary is signaling that a comprehensive deal with China could take literally years, 2 to 3 years, I believe was his
the balance
suggestion.
Of this term.
Right.
And we haven't seen the 90 deals in 90 days that Peter Navarro has talked about. So there is a question as to whether we're about to see a flurry of deals. Maybe it's a framework, to your point, agreements to keep meeting and negotiating. But that's a far cry from a new world order, an economic world order that we were talking about, moving textiles and button factories back here to the U.S., screwing iPhones together. We're not hearing talk like that now.
But is talk of just simply de-escalating and continuing talks enough for financial markets, risk assets particularly, as we are seeing a rally underway, though, as we've mentioned, well off the highs of the session. We want to check in now with Romaine Bostick in New York, who, of course, is co-host of Bloomberg The Close. Romaine, when we look at the markets today, and I'm looking at moves at more than 2% on the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100 a month ago, this would have been absolutely nothing to sneeze at, but obviously it's not quite the rally we were seeing earlier.
Well, it's kind of interesting, too, the complexion of the rally. I mean, you talk about a 2% gain today, Kelly. We had a 2% gain yesterday for the major markets. So if we hold this line today, this will be the first time we've actually had 2 days back-to-back of 2% moves higher in the S&P 500 since at least late 2022. And you've been talking about the sort of tinge of optimism, if you will, on the back of those comments that Bessent made.
That's true.
Yesterday.
We haven't had 2 back-to-back days in a long time.
The open,
but let's give it a second, and I think we'll begin. A lot of those candles are fake.
On
Be
his
careful.
social media posts, and that is enough to sort of light a fire. But there's 2 big asterisks there, Kaylee. One is short interest is incredibly high. And I did make some calls this morning because I was curious as to how much conviction there was behind this rally. And a lot of people pointed to the rally that we had about a week and a half ago, where it was more of a short squeeze rather than wholesale buying hand over fist. So it'll be interesting to see what the price action looks like as we get closer to the 4 p.m. close. And more importantly, Kaylee, as you know, what tomorrow looks like, because we know all of this could sort of turn around on a dime based on comments that the president or one of his surrogates makes.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you went there, Romain, because I wanted to talk about that very issue. When it comes to conviction, we've seen much stronger numbers today. And of course, I'm assuming you're the one reading the analyst notes, that there's going to be a feeling that if investors have the opportunity, they're going to sell into strength after some of the hellish sessions that we've seen over the past couple of weeks. Is that where we are this afternoon?
To a certain extent. I mean, I'm going to give you sort of the economists on the one hand, on the other. On the one hand, there are some people that are sort of looking at the rhetoric coming out of the White House and saying this does appear to at least be a minor de-escalation of things. Not that the tariffs are going away or this trade war isn't going to happen, but that it might not be as severe as priced into this market. On the other hand, you have a lot of folks that are still looking at economic conditions and saying there's trouble out there. We had PMI data this morning that showed business activity continues to decline, consumer confidence data that continues to show consumers not confident in this economy. And there's a great story in the Bloomberg terminal today, Joe, about CEOs and the number of mentions on conference calls of positive comments versus negative comments. And that ratio, as you can imagine, skewing much more to the negative right now. And I just want to make one quick point, too. You were talking about moving manufacturing back and the time it would take to strike a China deal.
Yeah.
We have to remember, this is the 100-day mark for this administration is like next week. So we're just 3 months into this, and a lot isn't even set in stone. So how do these companies, and more importantly, how do investors react when, as you point out, Joe, this is going to be a long process, even if deals are indeed struck?
He co-anchors our essential program, The Close, but has become inextricably part of Balance of Power these last couple of weeks. Romain, it's great to have you. Romain Bostic watching Wall Street for us as we add the voice of Alonzo Munoz, Chief Investment Officer, founding partner at Hamilton Capital Partners. Alonzo, welcome back to Bloomberg TV and radio. It was all doom and gloom last time you were on with us here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm cleaning my glasses.
Tariffs, odds
I'm
of
getting ready.
rising.
Well, my glasses
Where are you
dirty.
on this level of
I
optimism
don't like
today?
the
Are you
little
a buyer
dirty
on what you're
glasses.
hearing from Washington?
Hey, Joe, it's good to see you. Good to talk to you guys again. So we have a little bit of whiplash. I mean, I think Romain made some good points earlier that the sentiment is really, really negative, not only at the consumer level, but also at the business owner level and the executive level. So this is an interesting market. The seatbelt sign is on, and we're going to continue to wait and see how some of the hard and soft data starts to come in over the next couple of weeks. And really looking forward to that Fed meeting May 7th to see what the Fed does. I think the posturing that they've taken over the last couple of days is that they're not going to budge, even against a president that has been, on the attack against Jerome Powell. So, we're looking out at the next couple of quarters, I think, for long-term investors, and most of our investors are. This is a good opportunity to plant a flag in the sand during this volatility. But a lot of whiplash. I mean, at any moment, this market could turn, and we're watching that very closely.
Well, where do you want to plant said flag then, Alonzo, given all of the volatility, given the uncertainty, given...
In the morning like Alonzo. Rondo. No? Okay. Game time. Oh. Yo, what's this? CNBC correspondent tweets, Chinese embassy in U.S. post statement from an official saying our doors are open if the U.S. wants to talk. If negotiated solution is truly what they want, they should stop threatening and blackmailing China and seek dialogue based on equality, respect, and mutual benefit. To keep asking for a deal while exerting extreme pressure is not the right way to deal with China and simply will not work. CNBC official or correspondent for politics just tweeted that. So, that being said, it's time for PHILO, baby. So look it, I think you've got a lot of examples of this today. Very grateful, man, for all the new members and to see some of y'all really enjoying this as of late. And if you don't understand with PHILO, I'm going to talk about life right now. I am going to read you some of the Bible. It's very weird, man, especially on Wall Street, dude. This is very, very uncommon. But it's also uncommon that a random little Egyptian boy gets news faster than a Bloomberg terminal. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of weird things. We have a lot of very different people in here and crazy, amazing cultures, man. I'm telling you, you guys are making me happy talking about the cars earlier today. I don't know, man. I think it's a beautiful thing. Just everybody together, all of the differences as well. And all that being said, man, like I'm saying, we have this moment here for PHILO. Obviously, it's Stock Market Live. And how it's going to work, I want to talk about this. You know, my two options are either I could go end my day, because again, I made my money. I got a long term. I could either end my day or I could still be here and do something I want to do. And that's this moment. So am I trying to push religion on you? No. Why? Because you paid money to be here. That's a foolish argument now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I paid money and I went to this guy and I accessed the paywall and he started talking about things that he wouldn't share with everybody else and now I'm mad. He pushed it on me. No one pushed it on you, dude. I don't care what you do. I really don't. You know, telling you, it's one of my fatal flaws, to be honest. It's very contradicting for what I believe. Because I do care about your soul. I do care about people ending up. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. It breaks my heart. I have never watched one of my haters fail and I got happy. You know that? The other day, bro, I had somebody who really fucked with me bad in my life, you know? And something really bad happened to them. And, bro, I got on my knees and I prayed for them, you know? Because I was like, dude, I don't, like, I felt bad and, like, you know, a little part of me was happy. And I'm like, yeah, you know, maybe they did deserve it. But then, I started looking at it and I'm like, nah, dude. I was like, you know, I see why you're not supposed to pray for people's downfall. You know what no, for real. Because I'm like, dude, that's sad. I don't take pleasure in that. And it's you know, so it's not a good thing, bro. But at the end of the day, it's like, that's why I said it's a fatal flaw, because, like, I do care about your soul, but I also don't really give a fuck what you do, because I understand this now. I understand this part of life. We all have our own life, bro. I didn't become who I am by listening to motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I came here, I am who I am because I made my decisions. And, you know, and I thought for myself, I got to deal with my failures. I got to deal with my success. You know, but when it's all said and done, it's not going to always be for everybody, bro. You have to make that choice. And I can't make it for you. I can't show you the truth. You have to find it. You know what I'm saying? So all of that being said, I'm telling you this because you're here right now because you want to be. I don't want to force anything on you. If you think what I'm saying is foo-foo, all power to you, bro. But what I ask is you don't get in my way. That's it. Do not get in my way is the only requirement. So if you think all of this stuff is nonsense, you don't have to say a word. I'm just going to ban you. Very, very simple. You know? But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, you want to do stocks? Focus on the damn stocks right now. That's it. Post plays, post news, something important happens like you've seen many times today. I will put down everything and I'll get to it. So, sound like a fair deal? We get workflow, everything, open AI giving revenue estimates right now. So, yeah, I don't have to say this every day. I say this every day because I don't want none of this nonsense. That's it. We'll make it very, very clear. Every time. So, I got a couple of things to tell you today. I got a really big one. I really, really, really like it, to be honest with you. I got a really good philo for today, but I'm going to tell you, I read this thing this morning. I thought it was the verse of the day, but it wasn't. And it's funny because it was talking about, like, lawsuits and shit. And I don't like lawsuits. I really don't. Because last time I dealt with one, I won. I sued AT&T, believe it or not. So thank you. But at the end of the day, there was something in it that I was just like, what? And I don't know. It's good to be reminded that this is in the Bible, okay? Are you ready? Why not just accept the injustice and leave it at that? Why not let yourselves be cheated? Instead, you say to yourselves are the ones who do wrong and then cheat your fellow believers? I don't know if that sounds weird to you. Oh, but that's key. You know why? I've been telling you all day today, protect yourself, be smart. You got to think about what you're getting into. You know what I'm saying, bro? Stocks, money, anything with money, bro. Everyone's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got to move cautiously. But why are you getting wronged and then still fucking living with it every day? Seriously. Somebody does you dirty. Why are you going out of your way to try to rectify it? Whether it's clapping back at them all the way down to suing them. Why do you even care? Do you not realize it? Because this is a big one, bro. This is a big one. I don't think you realize how many times I have been wronged in my life. I laugh at it, bro. And this is what sucks, because like I told you guys the other day, sometimes you're going to do the right thing and it's not going to feel right. It's actually going to probably feel more painful, to be honest with you. But it's like, dude, somebody does me wrong. I'm letting it. That's a choice. Do you get it? You have a choice to protect yourself in the beginning or not. Someone does you wrong, you have the choice to either hold on to it or you just give it to God and move on. And like I said, I didn't really want to talk about this, but it showed up on my screen this morning on my Bible app. And I don't know, and I think it's a really good reminder. You guys need to make sure of this, all of us. No matter what there is, you have to protect yourself. You have to be wise. You got to lock in. You got to handle your responsibilities. But at the end of the day, when something doesn't go your way, that's one thing. But when someone does you dirty, what are you going to do? You know, I'm fine with what I do. I'll give you your little comment back, maybe. And then I ban you and I don't care. I don't think about you ever again. That's it. You know why? It's not my problem anymore. Exactly. Move on back to the mission. But you got to really start thinking about this, because the whole point he even says, the irony about this verse, it's 1 Corinthians 6. The irony is he's saying you're getting so mad and you're holding on to this and you can't even, why not just let yourself be cheated then? Why not? Why are you, instead you would rather go get hella moral and religious or spiritual, be like, they did me so bad, I have to do, and then what are you going to do? You're going to go take that to a bunch of unbelievers and ask them to judge your situation? Why is that any better? Do you see what I'm saying? Or you're going to go spend your next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years to do that? I had somebody the other day, I'm helping them with a business, and they're like, hey, should I do an NDA? And I said, yeah, in theory. Go ahead, do the whole NDA thing. But I just told them, I was like, listen, it's fake. NDAs are fake. You guys know that? Certain NDAs, like you go to like a party, a celebrity party, you go do certain things. That's different than like a business. You know why? Go. You make a brand new company. You come up with a patentable idea. And you're like, wow, I'm going to make these people sign NDAs. What's going to happen if they copy you? So you mean to tell me you're a startup and you want to make a brand new business and then these guys copy you? What, are you going to spend the next now 3 years of your life trying to take them to court instead of building your business? Well, there you go. That's how they win. That's a strategy. It's literally a legal strategy. You could take people's ideas and let the dummies sue you. You know why? Because they'll stop working on their idea while they deal with a lawsuit. If you didn't know that, now you know. But the point is, you have to decide where your point is, where you just move the fuck on. Do you understand me? And why are you going to look to the world for justice when that's not who gives it? You see what I'm saying? That's what Paul was trying to say. Because I would rather forgive you in my heart and never deal with you again than try to, he got what he deserved. Fuck you. I don't care. You know why? Because I'm moving on. I made my decision. I know it's in my heart. I can forgive. You know that. I'll forgive you and I'll never deal with you ever again. It's funny how we've talked about this a lot because people are like, would you hire someone? No, I'll forgive you. I don't have to deal with you. Remember, my only obligation is to love people, not to give them access, not to babysit them. I'm not here to take care of you. No. God put you on this earth to be happy and to be joyful, really live this life, not to be dragged down. And that's the problem. We could all help each other out and lift each other up, but sadly, we do drag each other down. Even I drag you down sometimes, and you drag me down, and everybody in this world, you know? So that's why I'm saying this is very practical. Because you can't keep letting you get dragged down once the event is over. You have to decide, do you want worldly justice or do you want God justice? You got to make up your mind and move on. And I guess what? The world fails you every time. Believe me, I know. So that's the first part. I just wanted to start with that. But now, this is what I really wanted to tell you. I like this one, man. This is PHILO. I just read you the Bible part, but this part, man, this is just, you can find this a lot of places in the Bible. I encourage you to find this on your own. Okay, are you ready? This is going to change your life practically. I hope this gives you peace. Dude, you need to learn how to be able to continue without answers. Chad, I'm gonna change somebody's life with this today. You know that? Because this right here is all you will really need. Honestly, that sounds like a fucking ad, but still. All you have to do, or one big element of this life, dude, is learning how to move and progress without the answer. You know, you guys have all done math, right? Think about how dumb it is. That's like getting to a math equation and not doing it because you don't know the answer. You get what I'm saying? If I showed you 2 + 2 parentheses over 5 over 4, and you're like, well, I don't know the answer, I can't proceed. That's the fucking point. Seriously. Stop holding yourself back because you need an answer. Oh, come on. Who lied to you? Do you know how much of your life you have lived without a concrete answer? And you have done well, you have survived, you have not died. What are you saying? Why do we fall for this trap of certainty? Seriously. Why is the prerequisite for movement an answer? You don't need an answer all the time. I see this so everywhere in the world right now. I think this is a problem of our generation, you guys. You my age, you a little younger, bro. This is a big problem. Do you not realize it? Bro, everybody is an addict and everybody is entitled. Yeah, that's a problem. Somebody disagree with me. Yeah. Look around this world. Do you not see more addicts than ever before? Do you not see more entitlement than ever before? Or is it just me? Because if you could prove that wrong, I'll shut up. You know what I'm saying? If addiction is on the low, I'll end this PHILO right now. If entitlement was on the low, I'll end this right now, bro. You'll never hear from me again. Nah, it's sky high right now. Whether anecdotally or through evidence and data, it's sky high right now. And do you know what that environment creates? This very problem that we have. The addict can't move without answers. The entitled man does not move without answers. You know why? The addict always needs another hit. The entitled guy says, what do you mean? I'm entitled to the answer. Give it to me. It's a joke. It's a joke. Like, think about it. I'm going to tell you now, this is part of it. I said it this morning, and that's why, too, man. It sucks because, like, I want to take care of the community, and I want all of y'all to be at your highest level. And then some of y'all, I have a heart for you. I vibe with you heavy. Y'all aren't bad. I have banned people this month that I really like. I really enjoy them. But I have to uphold it. Is this what it's like being a parent? Because I don't have kids, you guys. But some of you, I see why kids get spoiled. Because some of you, I like you a lot, and I don't want to ban the fuck out of you and make you have to even have any doubt or confusion. You know what I'm saying? Or be like, oh, Josh, oh. And I know I don't answer, and you can be like, oh, I don't know, what is it? You know what I'm saying? I get it, bro. Believe me, because I don't want to do it, but then I'm like, nah, like, why are y'all complaining? Why are y'all complaining about nothing you can't even fix? You know what I'm saying? No, seriously, why? Better yet, why are we being entitled? You see what I'm saying? I don't want to let y'all walk this, at least in this community, while I could control it. No, go complain with your other complaining friends. You don't complain with me. You get it? I'm not your complaining friend. Go find a complaining friend. I'm your let's work, wake up early, and make money friend. And I could talk to you about Jesus. Amen. But I'm not your let's complain and let's talk about our problems friend. No, fuck that. I am not him. Do you understand? Again, entitlement. I am not your entitled friend. I'm not the guy. I think you're special. I think you have talent, and I think you have so much potential. But I think it's just like a gold mine. You got to fucking mine it out and bring it out and refine it and bring that there. But I don't believe you deserve it for doing nothing. I don't believe that all. I think all the skill and specialness I believe in, I think you will squander it if you don't believe me and do anything with it. So no, I don't like the entitlement. And that's what this is talking about. Because if you can't continue and progress without answers, my brother, you are entitled. That is entitlement. And I'm going to tell you right now, the spirit of entitlement, the spirit of complaining, do they feel good? They do. Oh, you know that? The spirit of entitlement, the spirit of complaining, bro, that shit hits like a line. And you know that? Some of y'all snorting straight entitlement in the morning. You know that? Some of you go injecting yourself with straight entitlement and complaining in the morning. You know, and do you know what that's going to, it feels good. Make no mistake. I love the feeling. You know that? I love it. Oh, it feels so good to complain. Let it out. Oh, it feels good. You know that, right? Entitlement feels good. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy. It tells me all my insecurities. No, they're bad. I'm good. It tells me a lot of things. I like it. It feels comforting. But the only result that entitlement and complaining, the spirit that it brings, that spirit only brings the result of missing things. That's it. Listen, you're not going to hell. You're not a bad person. I'm not trying to convert you. I don't give a fuck. That's why I say the F word a lot. All I'm telling you, that spirit of entitlement, the spirit of complaining, all it equates to is missing things. That's it. All you're going to do is miss things. The obvious things, you miss them when you're entitled. The obvious things, you miss it when you're complaining. The opportunity, when you're entitled, you're going to miss it. Opportunity, you're in that complaining, grumpy mood, you're going to miss it. That's all. That's all. It's not that deep, but it is. But it's simple. That's all it is. You're just going to miss shit. You're entitled and complaining. Tell me there's not a correlation. That's why I think people complain when they miss. Right? And people, if you felt entitled, I did this. I was supposed to. I'm supposed to. No, you weren't. Why? Nothing is promised. We did give up a little bit. We had a nice little PHILO bounce, but yeah. I know. That's why I'm saying I want you guys to not miss things. I want you to get what you have in you, bro. And I think y'all got a lot of potential. But that potential does not get tapped into if we can't move without an answer. You know what I'm saying? You don't tap into your full potential being an entitled little kid. You don't tap into, you don't complain your way to the top, dude. You know what I'm saying? You don't, oh yeah, I realized my potential once I complained. You get what I'm saying? That's all. This is practical. As much as I started with the Bible, this is practical, you guys. Very, very, very practical. That's all. We don't want to miss things. Again, that's why I said locked in, bro. We got to do what we got. We don't want to miss opportunities. We don't want to look back and be like, dude, what was I doing then? You know, why wasn't I? Like, because what was it? Don't let these spirits attach to you. And you think I'm talking devil with horns. No, bro, the spirit of entitlement. Thinking that you got everything should be given. What? The spirit of complaining. Like, complaining hasn't got us anything. It did for a little bit. That's why cancel culture was started. But then after that, all diminishing returns. Okay, you're going down again. Watch out. Lock in. I'm going to keep ranting, but still, you're back to the third or fourth low from earlier. Let me just one more check on zone. Yeah, you're above, though. Remember, 361. So remember, we did an overshoot, but that level held. Remember that. Oh, I whiffed. Oh, they're down now. The MSTRs are green. Ooh. Amen. I agree. I think it's a good mindset. You do not deserve anything good, and you do not deserve anything bad. Amen. That will help you with the spirit of entitlement. Do you know that? Bro, when something bad happened to you, you didn't deserve it. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? And when good happened to you, you didn't deserve it. That mentality helps you with that. Very simple. So, the spirit of entitlement is going to make you miss things. Very simple. But I have another problem. This one, there's two parts to this problem. One of them I really relate to. The other, I probably related to it when I was younger, but I got out of that really, really, really quick. But now, you're like, okay, I'm not entitled, but you might be without realizing it. And the problem I'm talking about is miracles. Request to have coffee exempt from tariffs well received. Check Starbucks. Yo, no one's reacting. U.S. National Coffee Association chief. Request to have coffee exempted was well received. We think a positive sign. Is that older? Chad's saying that's old. But yeah, U.S. National Coffee. I see that right now. Interesting. But yeah, some Jason say he saw it 20 minutes ago. I think that would correlate with one of these. Good follow-up. Yeah, El Coyote says it's old too. Dud that. Don't worry about it. So, miracles. Chad, I believe in miracles. You know that? I should be dead. Like, dude, I don't think you guys realize it. You know that? There was one time in my life, with everything that I know now, I was a kid, bro. I should have overdosed on drugs. I don't think people realize this. I've had many close calls in automobiles. I've been in shootings. But even with drugs especially, there was one moment, I was very young. In the quantity that I took, bro, I don't know why I'm alive. But that's a miracle, dude. I believe in miracles. I think my family making it to this nation, that's a miracle. You have no idea, bro. Even then, bro, I love my mom. I told you guys the other day, that live video, bro. My mom, she did pray for me a lot. And like, dude, just, I don't know, bro. You could like, dude, my mom, bro. I got my mom in a nice ass house, dude. Mama is taken care of. But you talk to her, bro. This lady still live like she a poor Egyptian lady. Like she, like you. I'm just telling you, bro. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Your parents or you. I haven't seen the level of poverty my mother has seen. Oh, you know, we didn't always grow up with shit. You know, I think a lot of people grew up with way more than what I had. But I ain't never seen that. Again, a lot of my mom's family died from poverty, from sickness. This is real. This is a real story. This is not like I'm being dead serious with you. Like my mom's sisters have died from malaria and shit like that in a third world country, you know, 30, 40 years ago. That's where she came from. You know? So it's like I've never seen the level she saw, but that's what I'm telling you. It's very humbling. I see it in her eyes, her actions. You can't take that little Egyptian girl out of her. You know what I'm saying? And the things that she's seen, I could tell, because like no matter what, it's never like we all believe in miracles, but she's like, that's why she's like, no, haram, don't spend. No, you never know. No, be careful. No, that's why she don't like nice things. It's not. That's why I said, man, it's kind of humbling to me because I'm like, you know, that's a really good example for me on how you could still live, but like you don't need all the comfort, dude. Because I try to make my mom comfortable and I want to, but she doesn't. So I said, bro, I tried to buy her a Benz. She returned it, got a Honda. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have got her an even bigger house. She said, no, that's haram. She doesn't need it. You know, there's so many things, bro. Like, she won't ever waste food. And those are things where I'm like, man, that's, again, point is, I believe in miracles. But just because you got miracles and are living in one, can I remind you something? Stop using miracles to be lazy. Yeah. I don't know if you thought that this is where it was going. Because like I'm saying, bro, even my mom, bro. Like, you know, I have cleaning people. My house gets cleaned every 2 weeks, bro. You know why? Because I grew up in a dirty home. Just like the AC, I'm going to make sure I always got a clean place now. Fuck that. I worked hard. My mom won't let anybody clean her house. She cleaned it herself still, till this day. She ain't lazy. There's so many things. I'm like, why do you still do that, Mom? I'll buy it. I could pay for this. I'll do this. She said, no. Haram. Waste. Haram. Waste. I could do it. Why? Waste. Haram. Waste. So do you hear me, Chad? You could have a miracle. You could believe in a miracle. Miracles are real. But stop letting miracles be the reason you're lazy. Yeah, I should have warned you that I'm going to punch you. Because this is so true, dude. You don't get it? We expect miracle. You're like, God going, you know what I'm saying? God got me. I'll just chill until that miracle. Oh, yeah, I know I could be doing, maybe I should save a little. Oh, maybe I should hit the jab. Maybe, but just like last time, I know God got me with that. He gonna come through with the miracle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, bro. And like I said, that I learned this one earlier, bro. Because I was like this when I was younger. I don't think, again, I could say this to you. You know why? Because I wake up earlier than most people still. I still operate. I live comfortably. I really do. I live more comfortably than my mom does. But then again, I grind like I don't fucking have anything. That's what I don't get sometimes. That's why I said, don't let me be hungrier, bro. Fuck that. Okay? But in the beginning, man, and when you're early, it's easy to fall for this trap where good things happen to you, miracles, but they could turn you lazy. Because if you get entitled to the miracle, you see what I'm saying? You're not, bro. It was a miracle because it was just that. It was all God, the world, call it whatever you want. It was not you, though. You see what I'm saying? So why do you feel entitled to a miracle? Please don't. It'll make you lazy. You see what I'm saying? That's why this ain't no foo-foo. Oh, praise the Lord. Give me your money. You're going to be blessed. Oh, read your Bible. You'll make a lot of money. No, it's not, actually. Not at all. Not even close. That's a lie. All those guys who tell you that get tax write-offs. You know that? I talk about Jesus. I don't get a tax write-off. Wow, look at that. I also charge for it now. Big difference. But the point is, don't let a miracle turn you lazy, because it will. And if you always chasing miracles and you always trying to get this little miracle, it's going to make you lazy. Entitlement, complaining is going to make you miss things. Expecting a miracle is going to make you lazy. Embrace the miracles. Love them. Be grateful for them. Know that they could happen. But don't build your strategy around them. You get what I'm saying? Do I think God is going to work a miracle? I really do. I think he is. But I'm not going to, my strategy isn't, okay, sit around and do nothing till miracle. What? Don't build your strategy. Okay, I'm going to do a bunch of bad things and then the miracle is going to save me. That's a really foolish decision, brother. You see what I'm saying? I expect a miracle. I really do. I've told you, man, God is good and I've already seen miracles. And that's the thing. I don't rely on the miracles anymore because when I was young, it's wow, you know? But like, dude, it's because God has already gave me so many miracles. Who am I to ask for more? Oh, y'all don't feel me. You get what I'm saying? Bro, I'm still vibing off the last miracles. I do not have this energy spirit where I'm like, yeah, he has to give me another one. No, bro. My life, what do you mean? Y'all have miracles with me. The fuck? So we're in miracle deficit. You know what I'm saying? Dude, we have miracle debt right now. I don't think we are owed a miracle. So don't build your strategy around a miracle. Again, be grateful for what God has done in your life. Be grateful for all the miracles. Know that God controls it all. He snaps his fingers, bro. Anything. I believe that, for real. Anything is possible. I do. But I'm not building my strategy around that. You can't do that. No, that's fake. They hate you. But it leads into the next point, though. I hope it makes sense. Because this is my problem. This is the one I could relate to at a more recent time in my life. Not because I was younger and, going through things, because it's really relatable. Because sometimes, bro, with what I'm telling you about this miracle and turning you lazy, the problem is that sometimes, bro, the worst thing that God has done to some of us was be good to us. I hope you realize that. Musk, Neuralink, that's old. Said $8.5 billion valuation. Think about it. Yeah, they're all fake, you guys. I'm sorry. It's true. Yeah, I can't even refresh it fast enough. Every time I refresh it, another one come up. But yeah, bro. Sometimes the worst thing is God being good. You know why? Because our hearts get hard. I've done this, dude. You know that? I know how good God is. And I know he forgives. And sadly, I've done the wrong thing. I've done what the Bible tells you not to do. It says don't let your eternal salvation be a license to sin. Because you're right. God is going to forgive you. Some of us know that too well. We know it so well when we do bad things. Because deep down, you're not really afraid of God. That's why you're lazy. That's why a miracle turns you lazy. You're like, God will do it. God, I'll just repent. I know God chill. Look at this. Look how blessed I've been. You know, dude, that's why, bro, lately I get on my knees and I be like crying. Because I'm like, nah, he's really good because he should wreck me. He should have so many times. And I still will continue. Whether it's, you know, you guys will bring up the little stuff. But what like my language, what about what's in your heart, dude? And all of it. Like real, again, like we said, real love. All of these things, it's like, dude, nah, bro. We take his words so lightly. It's because we know he's good. And that's a problem. It's scary. It's going to harden your heart. I am more worried about that than anything. My knowledge of and that's the scary because it's fucking fake knowledge, bro. I've read too much. And God has shown so much to me and I've seen his character and I know he is good and merciful. But if you know that, you always going to play that man. Always. Because he was so nice. He was good. You know what I'm saying? So don't let God blessing you be the worst thing that's happened to you. You know what I'm saying? Where you know God is so good that you're like, I'll repent later. Yeah, he's not going to kill me. Yeah, I know how he works. That's not the no. That's a problem. It's always nicer, yeah. But it builds false actions in us. And that's how we get manipulated into not being locked in. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I told you guys early, locked in. It doesn't mean you're doing everything perfect. It means, though, that you're doing what you need to. You have responsibilities and you're meeting them. And you're excelling. And you're doing things without being told to. You know that? That's why some of y'all, I applaud you more. I don't have to tell you not to complain. I don't have to tell you that you're doing things no one has to tell you. You know that? You guys want to make your partner, especially if your partner is female, your wife, your girl, start doing shit she told you to do. And do it without her asking. Watch. Some of y'all don't feel me. You know why? Because that's what that right there, that tells you something. That's really locked in. You know that, right? That's it. Are you doing your job financially without being asked? Can you not squander without being told to? And you're telling me all this stuff's important. Can you do it without being asked? It's the same thing. Watch. I guarantee you your wife or girlfriend told you she needed something from you at one point. She don't care about it as much. Watch. Because if you do what she asked from you without her having to tell you, you're going to unlock a different reaction. Watch. That's it. Why, bro, you don't hear my mouth, bro? All the shit I say, all the jokes, you guys see how annoying. I spend so much time working. Why do I got a happy-ass girlfriend? It's not because I just buy her shit. I won't lie, I did. I made a lot of money. I took her to Chanel. I love her. But no, anything I know is important, she don't have to tell me. She says, I need this, I like this, I don't like it when you don't have to tell me that. I'm locked in on it. And then same thing though, I get mad if she don't do that when I'm like, you know what I expect. That's it. So I said, bro, I don't know. Some of you are like, oh, my girl hates this stream. No. Well, look at what you're doing, bro. Watch. Your girl will love this stream. You know why? Because look at what I'm telling you on this stream. Go do the thing she told you to do without asking. You know why she hates the stream? Because she have to remind you to take out the trash. She have to remind you to go pick up the kids, go put them to bed. You see what I'm saying? She has to remind you the stuff she told you 100 times. And instead of being locked in and acting on it, you're over here listening to this fucking annoying stock guy. Yeah, makes sense. I'd be pissed too. Well, my intention is not to save a relationship. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you reality. Like I'm saying, bro, sometimes the worst thing is that we just got too much good for us. And then we're not really locking in. We're not doing what we should be doing. And we're missing things and ruining things and letting blessings go. Why? 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 So don't let that entitlement, like you're not entitled to anything. Don't let good be your problem. But again, you guys, let's just bring it back. Because all of this, entitlement, complaining, this, she's like, bro, the whole point, you need to learn to move without answers. If you can learn to live without being entitled, it needs to do this, it needs to do that, my brother, things will get a lot better. I think some of you are going to tap into a whole nother you. Because there's a version of you that needs answers. Wow, I could only imagine what the version of you that looks like that doesn't need answers to move. See what I'm saying? There's a version of you that is entitled. But there's also a version of you that's not entitled. What does he do? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to just tell you, because it makes sense. You've heard it, right? Faith. Have you heard that word? Yeah, Beige Book is out in a minute. You have the wire up. You'll get it on the wire. And then again, watch out for the fake candles. But you guys have heard the word faith, right? The substance of things we cannot say. The things unknown. It's a big one. Faith is very important, right? Well, with all this being said, I hope you guys could see it. Do you realize that it is literally impossible to live by faith if you can't live without answers? Does that make sense? Literally. Oh, the faith. Oh, faith. It's my faith. I believe in the faith. Okay, well, take that definition and what you understand and tell me, How does that work? How can you do that? How can you be living by faith if you must always need an answer? How are you living by faith if you are entitled to a response? You know what I'm saying? How are you truly living in faith if your life is being lived in this, no, but this is going on. I can't do the right thing because I don't know what's going to happen. I can't do because I don't know. And then how am I going to? Well, nobody knows. That's literally faith. Fed Beige Book report was prepared. Economic activity was little changed since previous report. Uncertainty was pervasive across regions. Outlook in several worsened considerably as economic uncertainty surrounding tariffs rose. Prices increased across districts, with 6 categorizing price growth as modest and 6 as moderate. That's not too bad. Yeah, once again, it's uncertainty, though. Some places, prices went up considerably. Others, it was moderate. And then European Parliament in final stages of talks with China to remove sanctions. Oh, that was 5 minutes ago. Yeah, just chilling. Well, yeah, man. That's all it is. And I hope you all have faith. And I look forward to meeting the new version of some of you. I look forward to meeting the version of you that is not entitled. I can't wait to see what the version of you that starts moving without answers. You know what I'm saying? The version of you that gets confident and knows that he can live and move in this world without every box being checked. Oh, I look forward to I can't wait to see what you do with him. You see what I'm saying? I look forward to it. Some of you got to let him out, man. You have him in the cage. Let him out. Because that version exists. That's all. Think about it. That version of you is just batted down by complaining entitlement and this weird lack of faith that's just telling you, no, you need an answer. You need an answer right now. Yeah, we're all addicts, so we need something right now. We need that hit. No. You have to have an answer. They must give you no. You're going to start learning to move without it. You're going to be a threat, bro. They love them. The man who needs an answer is very easy to control. I could do anything without it. I don't need anything. You see what I'm saying? So I look forward to meeting him, Chad. Take that one to the bank. That is your philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. You're on mobile, press hot chat, X out the chat, hit the thumbs up button. Second link for the nightly watch list in my channel. Okay, we're early again. I'll stick around for some off-topic questions, and then we'll let everyone back in. So you still got a little bit. I think that candle.
Long term, short term. Welcome.
Yeah, that's real.
Love with the game.
Not the but that one. That's pretty big.
Ain't new. I just got a little bored. Stepping in the pace. I be speaking with the store. Tell me what's the store. China on the store. Ready on the land. Know you heard this shit before. It was 2018. Making viddies in the car. Now everybody got a long term. Looking for some more. Big bank, I'ma pull up in a Civic. Rollie is a numerals, the Casio in digits. If you never make a move, then you'll never have a critic. Why you think I got these grown men acting like some bitches? $100 move, 10-cent finish. Tell me not to mock it, but you don't know your limit. Both of us could lose, but one of us is winning. All of us alive, so tell me how you living. Blessed, Already know it though, don't care.
Yo,
about your
Witkoff,
whip, I
that's
got a crib in
huge.
My portfolio. You should be yourself, stop back at cornholio. Fluid in the well, but the pocket's so colloquial.
Yo, that's huge. I don't know if the market's going to react, but on a geopolitical front, that's huge. Witkoff is going to meet Vladimir Putin on Friday. That's crazy. When was the last time an American met Putin to go over there? Not besides Tucker Carlson, but like in the government. You have a U.S. official going to meet Putin on Friday. Yeah, with Putin. Yeah, we have not heard that in years.
Crypto in the wallet, but we bought it 10 years ago. Put it in the videos, put it in the lyrics, bro. Funny how it's cynical, fuck, still didn't hear it though. Forgive me for the language, I'm still working on the spiritual. Mr. Professional, talk about the revenue. Hard to ride the wave when you riding on my genitals. Talking about my plays, but they hit like an edible. I'm used to little humans telling me what's not attainable. That's some whole shit, trying to tight roll shit. Friend and the enemy, think we don't know this? Funny how my foes never had the same focus. Forgive them for their sins, I ain't talking about the smoke. I'm back to the mission, lot of holding, lot of sitting. Act like you can't change your mind before you go and make decisions. You don't even need precision, cause you at it while you stack it, while you average your way in it. Who the villain? Money tree, you gonna kill it, cause you keep on fucking with it. Trying to learn the art of chilling. It don't matter your religion, what you have or what you didn't. Cause the future you gon' ask the current you, but why you didn't? Sick with it, boy, I'm talking big business. I don't need no 3 wishes, just a G-O-D vision. I be C-O-D with it. Cindy, I keep flipping. No, I'm all about a dollar, but I'm all about a mission. Who we kidding? God is always in it. Ain't no way to spin it. If it's yours, you gonna get it. You could build it in a year, but you could lose it in a second. You could use the tongue for life, or you could use it as a weapon. I already know I don't care about your whip. I got a crib in my portfolio.
Well, I want to leak another one for you guys, but I can't. This is what happens every time. You know, I want to leak another one, but I can't. No, and then I'm just going to leak them before you even get them, you know? No, I could leak the one I already leaked, but I can't leak the ones you haven't even heard of. There's some you have no idea about. There's zero clue.
A few laborers, a few.
You didn't post to play. Why would I respect that? If you lose a trade, be careful of the get back. Too many girls I married them, they really thought I meant that. Married to the money, why can't y'all accept that? Bought Nike stock cause they asked me where to check at. Judge me how I talk, but I'm not the defendant. My will and my dog, feel like I am legend. They did me hella wrong, my life great, I forgive them. Look me in my eye, but can never see the vision. Don't ask me for a lot if you've never handled little. I ain't trying to talk unless you know me since I'm little. That excludes a lot of y'all, so let's just keep it simple. Built my own prison walls, ignorance and blissful. Where are both sides, real life to the pixels. Pain subsides, sometimes kinda fickle. Lord's chicken in a prayer when I'm feeling in a pickle. I don't trust a hoe cause that's too close to a sickle. If you ain't tryna roll, little bro, it's not an issue. Appreciate the honesty, it's more what I'm into. Lost too many homies cause the pride really kill you. Never trust a pretty smile, never trust a nice guy. Do it for a little while, you'll do it for a lifetime.
PHILO right there.
Little things can turn
Listen to
into
that.
a problem. Talk about the issues, but they don't wanna solve. That's really presidential. Check the incidentals. You can tell I'm kinda sentimental. All these fundamentals that I left you on these instrumentals. It's not accidental. I just really think that some y'all special. Yeah.
That's a pep talk.
10% the best start.
10% the best start.
Kevlar. No, it's just a metaphor, but I'm talking forever. Forever. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Corner that I'm backed in. Ain't really reacting. Now I'm feeling flaccid. Shitting on the people that was laughing. Even with the Duolingo bird, you could never understand it.
Reprimand him. You caught me red-handed. Do you think that I've never been humbled?
Stand tall doesn't mean I don't stumble. You can choose a statue, but all of them crumble. Maybe later, but now we can't get emotional.
Grab the paper, I'm not here just to be sociable.
Without the labor, it's not getting any closer, bro.
Nope.
Fuck the flavor, it just mattered if it overflows. My creator, the maker, is non-negotiable. Knew I waver, but never would I be foldable.
Never.
I got the favor, I do not need your promotional.
No
I know
promotion.
you heard what it cost, it's all quotable.
All quotable.
Damn.
Why are the laborers few?
Why?
Do you get it?
Not because there's a deficit, but there's a disconnect. It's not because there's not enough people to work it. It's because there's not enough people that are willing to work it.
I will be my own hype man. That's what I was telling y'all earlier. That was exactly what I was trying to explain to y'all earlier. Amen. Amen. One day, you guys, you gonna love you. You gonna be like, wow. You know what? That's it. I don't need to even flex it. I just gotta, I saw it. It's like there's a whole album no one's ever heard. You know what I'm saying? Well, we good, man. We're chilling. Today was a weird one. Not really, it was weird because everybody went from like flipping out, sell off the dollar, all of it, to like, wait, relief? So yeah, Levitt on is it a video or is it live? So we might get some comments right now. Do you get it? And then I had to time out the other dude. So again, it's a cult in here. So like we'll answer your question, but if you think like spamming it is gonna like, nah, you're just gonna get banned and then I'll answer it. But a fake candle, like if you noticed today, there would be literally gigantic wicks and it'll look like the market just went up 1%, but it didn't. It's just glitching. So this is a fake candle. You see silver? It did not go to $30 and then back up. It did not go and drop $1 and then come back up. So watch. It's fake because when you refresh it, it goes away. It's just a glitch. You see? So like right now, that's a big red candle. I can't tell if it's real or not. See, you refresh, it wasn't as big, but we are coming down. So after that little rumor today, it's been glitching out all day. I don't know why it happens. I don't know why. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know the answer, but I do know it's fake. You see what I'm saying? I do know nobody really bought that. I do know that it's not an actual trade. Do I know why? No idea. I have observations, but, you know, we just don't know. I wouldn't read it. I wouldn't say possible foreshadowing. I've seen enough of it where it's absolutely like random. It means nothing. That's what I have seen. There ones like Airbnb today, that was more foreshadowing. And I think there was, like, you remember this one? That was real. You see how it stays there? That was a real candle. It dropped, and then it even popped back up there. So, it'll be good. Wall Street Journal in cahoots with Trump. He's not. Well, and maybe he is. I don't know. But that's just, you see what I'm saying? What you're saying is false. And kind of distracting and annoying, so you're banned. I let the other comments slide. I try to give you an opportunity, but it seems like you paid here to say those comments and kind of rile everybody up. So nothing personal, but yeah. But Wall Street Journal is to blame for that candle. Why is it 2020? Well, let's go, baby. I appreciate it, you know, because I know it's challenging for some of you. Because some of you are like me, and I get it. You know, I don't really sign up for shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think I've only put out a couple on YouTube ever in my life. So I know it required a lot, but like I'm saying, I do think it has been worth it. I mean, I made money. I made a lot of money, but at the end of the day, I do feel like you guys are getting a better experience. I think you get a more fun me, because we don't have to deal with the nonsense. I think you're getting better questions. And like I'm saying, community-wise, it's easier to deal with people when, you know, we're not dealing with hundreds of people kind of on different elements. And, you know, a lot of us have been here for a while, and we know how to operate and work with each other, and it does go a long way. So I do appreciate it, man. Like I'm saying, you guys have held it down, and I hope that I am paying you dividends. So that is I want to return capital to shareholders, baby. So thank you all. Long term. What's that? Market thinks they hold all the cards over Trump. I agree. Really, Joy, Donut. I know. That's why I'm saying I get it. I think for some of you it's a big ask, and I understand why. I think the only thing I ever signed up for was Xbox Live in my PlayStation. I would buy DLC, no problem. I don't know why. Yeah, Trump to sign 7 executive orders today on education. So market's not going to care about that. Where is Levitt? Is this an interview or is she live? I looked. I didn't see her live. And then Germany's finance minister is speaking at the World Economic Summit. Oh, it ends. So I guess it was a live one. It was on Fox Business. Never did that? Oh, wow. Oh, man. Then God bless you. Thank you. That must have been a lot then. Because I got Xbox, bro. That's it. I had to pay for Xbox Live. I think Japanese yen, as long as the bond market in the United States on the long end is not acting like a safe haven in this environment, oh, it's going to be all about the yen. So until this little thing changes, I think it's very bullish. Levitt, we will hear from Trump at 5 p.m. We talked about it yesterday on the watch list. Like, there's some names that are holding, like, risk on, and then there's different safe havens. Like, right now, Europe is kind of a safe haven, and other places are kind of safe havens as of recently. But there's a couple of names in like consumer staple in certain industries there. If they've had earnings and have done well, like Netflix, Spotify, who was the other one? Someone else did good recently too, and they're a big name. But those are the ones that have been proven. But for now too, I will remind you, you still have like what's the word? You have like there's still like a very large uncertainty that is overhanging the market. So be careful because that means a lot of things can change. And that's why it's like nothing's really a safe haven. You said it last year, international investments would be it, so I bought. Yeah, if you listened, you were already ready for this. That's the crazy part. So again, we talked about the sell the rip off of Trump. We talked about exceptionalism turning into embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? So that all of that stuff's like literally happened. White House press secretary Levitt moving in wrong direction on peace talks. I don't know if she's live or not yet. So yeah, Norway will be at the White House. All right. Well, let me see. I forgot we didn't open it up. We forgot to open this up to the public, but we didn't do any Q&A. So let me go to the bathroom, and then we'll do some off top. Do you guys have off topic, or should I just free them? All right, well, let me see. I'm waiting for a commercial. You do? Oh, you do have off topic questions. Okay, then. Bryce James committed to U of A? The little LeBron? That's the good one. Bryce James is killer, dog. He's going, like, he's it. He's him. Yeah, but Bronny's baby bro. Yeah, is the best. Yeah, Bryce got game. See, that's a good off topic. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, let me get this. Come on, Bloomberg. Yeah, Gilbert. I've seen
S&P,
Gilbert.
NASDAQ, all
Give me a second. I'll be
advancing.
right back.
We are, however, well off session highs at the best level of the day. We had the S&P up by about 3.4%. Right now, we are looking at a gain of 2.2% on the S&P. Right now, higher by 116 points with the S&P at 5404. Dow Industrials up almost 600 points, up 596 now, up 1.5%. NASDAQ is up 536, higher by 3.3%. 10-year 4.39% with the 2-year 3.86%. Spot gold down 2.9%, 32.82 the ounce. And West Texas Intermediate crude down 2%, 62.39 a barrel. Bitcoin is surging 3.3% now with a $94,000 handle once again, 94,172 on a Bitcoin. Tesla shares higher after earnings. Tesla now surging by 8.5%. Elon Musk vowing to pull back significantly from his work with the U.S. government and put more focus on Tesla, easing investor concerns about the car maker's worst quarter in years. Again, Tesla up by 8.5%. Balance of power continues, Bloomberg Business
Welcome
Week
back.
Daily
We want to show you now
continues
CNBC's
and once
newest
again,
subscription
your host,
streaming
Tim
product,
Stanovic and
CNBC
Carol
Plus.
Nasser.
That's what you're
All
currently
right, so appreciate it,
experiencing
Charlie
on our air
Pellet.
right
You
now,
are
the
up to
CNBC
date
Plus data feed
on the
displaying
markets.
in-
All right, folks. I got to say though, the market swings that we continue to see, we just talked about it with Gina. They're coming after we get kind of different messages or a constant flow of messages out of the nation's capital. And this specifically after members of the Trump administration weigh in on the health of trade negotiations. Now, the Washington narrative around trade talks and tariffs between the United States and China continue to create swings in U.S. stocks. You see it in the trade today, certainly again. Earlier today, both the U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and President Trump weighing in separately on a trade deal between the United States and China.
We are going to have a fair deal with China. It's going to be fair. Everything's active. Everybody wants to be a part of what we're doing. They know that they can't get away with it any longer, but they're still going to do fine. And we're going to have a country that you can be proud of.
There is an opportunity for a big deal here, that the U.S. is looking to rebalance to more manufacturing. The identity of that would be less consumption.
Okay, so that was President Trump this morning. That was Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent at an event. He was giving a keynote and taking some questions at an Institute of International Finance event in Washington earlier. Keep in mind that after that event, the Treasury Secretary spoke to reporters and he said that President Trump has not offered to take down U.S. tariffs on China on a unilateral basis. So that comment took stocks off their highs today. So it's been really moving the markets based on what we hear about the tariff talks or trade going forward. Let's get to it. It's confusing. Let's see what our Bloomberg News managing editor for U.S. economy and government, Mario Parker, has to say about this. He joins us from our bureau in Washington, D.C. So where are we, Mario, when it comes to U.S.-China tariff talks?
Well, one thing is for certain, just based off of the rhetoric that we've seen, directly from President Trump and Scott Bessent over the last couple of days, aside from the reports of unnamed sources, is that the rhetoric has toned down significantly from where we are about this time last week, right? You had the president saying that he would be essentially nice to China, that the tariffs of 145% will be much lower in the end. You had Scott Bessent.
Scott Bessent. All right. So, speed run. What off-topic questions do we have? This is your moment. So once we release everybody and then you ask me a dumbass question, I'm going to ban you. But if you ask a dumbass question now, I would love it. So that you see, that's a word to timing, you know. So right place, right time. This is the right place and right time. Guac or Pico? Guac. Easy. Easy. Well, I don't think I will buy an Extreme S10, but I really love that car. I'm telling you, I think you guys, I hope you can live vicariously through me because I take joy that you guys have lived some of the things I've always wanted to do. So I live through you, and you better enjoy it because I would be geeking. You know what I'm saying? I would be geeking. I could still bench 225, but I only rep 185 to not get injured. And like I was telling the Chad, don't hurt yourself, please. You know, I've even been talking about my curls and other stuff. Please don't. I finish with like some heavy weights sometimes, but like I don't need a lot of weight, bro. I've just been not getting injured. That's how I've stayed so consistent. I'm telling you, every other time in my life, I would get injured. Otis flexing supply chain amid tariff projects. OTIS. Do they have earnings? They just had that Wall Street headline. How'd you get started in real estate if you had 100K? I would be looking for deals every day. Telling you, you have enough, bro. If you have $10,000, you have enough. If you have a job and $10,000, you could get a house. I'm telling you, it's not that difficult. Will it take time? Yes, that's the problem. The ease of it, super ease, like it's not, and it's a good decision. But I've said this from the beginning of the year. Not only when our long terms were at all-time highs, I was telling you, turn it into a house. But I'm literally like, dude, it's just, you don't need to force it. All you have to do is look every single day, get in the process. Again, this when I say lock in, look every day. Know what you're looking for. Get an idea. Again, go talk with a lender. Know what you have to do. Know what the numbers will be. You see what I'm saying? Prepare for it and start shopping every day. And those are ways, and if you do that every day, you talk to people, you are going to get a home one day. And I'm telling you, you'll probably make again, someone sent me an off-market the other day. I told him some kid in the chat found an off-market, and I was like, bro, you did it. He found an off-market, and I was like, that's good. The lady was asking for like a fair amount. That was the weird part, because the area, technically it would be the lowest sale in 12 months, which I liked, but then the area hasn't sold in a long time. It's like very illiquid, and then there's other houses that are really expensive and then some that are really cheap. But I told him, I was like, bro, try to negotiate. I was like, but that's the deal. That's the one where it's off market, you're in contact, it's a fair price. That's when I would try to negotiate more, but like that was really close. That was a deal that like you get interested in. So keep shopping and send it my way. I'll email you back one day and I'm gonna tell you offer on that, because that's what I told him. I said go negotiate with her and try to get lower. I thought it was a fair deal. I didn't think it was the best deal. I don't think it was the worst. There was a couple things going on. So you keep looking and hunting. You're gonna come across them one day. I do have LA real estate. Yes, not too much, but I have more of in between. I have a lot of San Diego, and then in between San Diego and LA, and then some stuff up to the Bay. But I have rentals in LA that I do not own. I did that deal I was telling you about where it's actually like legit. So long story short, it doesn't come furnished, but I could get like pretty much in Encino, Ventura, where else? Like anything like Ventura to Studio City, anything below the 101 in like Encino, Studio City, I could get it for like 20-30% off. That's what it is. So it's not 50% off. I did all the numbers. They're not furnished. Some of the units are less desirable, but I could get like some. I have specific ones. I have a whole ass spreadsheet. That's why I looked at some of them when I was down there, but it was we just did quick drive-bys. But it is it's legit, surprisingly. So I'm doing 2 or 3 of them. If you want one, I'll give it to you. Seen online, India ordered. I don't think that's real, but there was a big terror attack the other day. Literally yesterday. Email just say you're interested in Encino rental. And looking, these are all rentals. You can't buy them. That's it. I could only get minimum. You could Airbnb them, but that's it. Is going with a broker a good idea to buy a home? Go with somebody that you trust. That's the best advice. Otherwise, when you're buying a home, they're just making money, whoever your buying agent is. So, but you will need an agent to put in offers. So it's really just a matter of who you like and who you trust, or if they're going to hook you up with a deal, but you need an agent to offer. Any other off topic? I think the real estate ones aren't really off topic, but I like it. Become a cult member? I don't know. We're not really looking for more cult real estate agents. You know, and like that's the thing. I said it. I don't want to spoil it, but because I'm working on an update for the stream alerts because that video is old. But I don't know if you guys realize, like, the sad reality is that a lot of the cult real estate people, those were just the original, like, stream alerts subscribers. And those are the guys who are here from, like, day one, and, like, they all just got into real estate. And those are the people who actually just did it. You know, and then we've had some good and bad things happen. And then even then, like, my time commitment towards it too. But we want quality. We're not really trying to just, like I said, even on the other video with the watch list, I don't think that at this point in our journey, we're not looking to grow. I don't want more people. It's not about, we don't need more agents. I want to build one of the biggest real estate networks in the world, and we're getting there. But at the end of the day, it's now about quality. We need the best. That's what I was saying, like I was telling you even during the PHILO, we need the people who don't need to be asked to get it. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck that's the craziest one I've seen. Bro. Is silver, okay, dude, that was actually gap down. I've never seen that on a fake candle. I've never seen a fake gap down. That's crazy. Yeah, I've been doing that all day, but I've never seen a gap down. Dude, it gapped down. Ah! Will there ever be a discount on stream alerts for people that have it? If you win a game or any of the quiz stuff, but usually the idea of the price only going up and never going down, that's kind of how you get your discount. I don't know if that's good enough, but I do appreciate your support. So, but again, I am trying to find ways with, like, again, activity, people locked in. So that's, I don't know. I'll ask you guys because it's off topic. You tell me. I think for this game, for the game this weekend, or for Friday, for the quiz, I say we give away a trip. Honestly, I've just watched too much Price is Right. But I really am. I just want to go up in front of all of you and be like, the winner will receive a 2-day trip at the Hilton, and you'll get to stay at the 5-star resort of Punta Cana, and you'll have a 4-star breakfast, all travel included. You know what I'm saying? I really like. And somebody said that. I don't know. Again, you guys inspire me because you watch the video and you're like, man, I wish I could take my girl out. And I'm telling you, bro, my genuine reaction was like, I'm just going to buy homeboy a trip. But then that was the old me, you know, and the reality me is like, no, that's how you get a bunch of lazy people who don't work for shit. So I was like, okay. But that's why I'm thinking that the winner should get a trip. I don't know. I'll buy you a trip to where, I don't know. I don't know how to get it like between like a low level trip or like a full on fucking vacation, but I'm just thinking I'll get you a hotel room for a weekend, you know, a nice one. You take your girl out or whoever, and then I don't know. I think that'd be fun. No, 5-star. Fuck that. I ain't going to play you. You know.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. No, that was old. No, why? You think I'm gonna fucking make you fucking study and win? You work hard and I'm gonna fucking put you at the fucking Radisson? No, I'm gonna put you wherever you want, bro. Stop it. Mm-hmm. No, yeah, you don't. I said it today. You don't need the stream alerts, and you don't need anything. I'm telling you, you could listen, and you are preparing and doing other things. You're gonna be fine. But if you're gonna buy other stock shit, then I think the stream alerts is gonna win. So at the end of the day, it's just like, again, it is a freemium product. Always has been. We're going to Oklahoma. Dude, I want to go to Oklahoma. And I want to go to that giant ass casino. Connor is going to have a nice vacation. Dang. So, well, Connor didn't win last time. It was your boy again. But it is like the top people. I mean, they do have a monopoly. I don't tell them the answers. They just watch the fucking videos. What do you want me to do? Shit. I don't make the rules. I just make the content. Well, I do make some of the rules, but still. Have I considered leaving California? No. It's so beautiful here, dude. And like I said, as long as I just avoid all the people I don't like, that's it. Or as long as I just shut my mouth in public, that's great. That's it. No one could even tell. And I look like I fit in to a degree. Even though I got a homeless look, they always judge my background, and that gives me good grace, even though it's not accurate. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. After last weekend, a little part of me wants to move back to LA. I can't lie. I want to move to Malibu. I'm not lying to you, bro. I love Malibu. You know that? I love and hate LA, but by the end of it, I was like, dude, I just want to go home. And by the time I was back in the city, bro, I was just like, I just want to go home, dude. You could hear it in my voice in that video, bro. I'm like, I just want to go home, bro. I'm like, but I like Malibu a lot. I like the beaches. I like being away from everybody, but, you know, and it's just like, it's such a different vibe, and it's still like Cali, but it's just different. I don't know, but I like Malibu a lot. But a little part of me wanted to go back. Is $15K a good price for a $100K mile Evo X? I don't know. I haven't looked at those. Is it clean title? All original too? Anything rebuilt, don't do it. The Wixer, these are the fake can't. Dude, it's been a trip. We've had that. Because if you guys didn't see, that rumor today was huge. Because it was a Wall Street Journal rumor, and I got it early. So nobody reacted. It was why, and I think that fucked things up. But other than that, I have no idea why it's doing that. But usually on the rumor days, you get a lot of these fake Wix afterwards just because it was such a wild move. Again, the range is 4.5% from yesterday's close, and that was 2.5%. And this is the first 2 days back-to-back green on the SPY of 2% in a long time. Actually, we're right below that now, so maybe that changes. Topanga's nice, bro. Anywhere but the city. But I missed it, bro. I liked it. I liked the food, but I loved Malibu. I was on there, man. In Westlake, manufactured but owned the land. Let's see. Send me it. I'll take a look. Westlake, I went to Westlake. So I liked that's where you went for Malibu. If you wanted to go to get like food that wasn't on the beach, you go to Westlake. You moved to downtown LA? That's crazy. You're insane. Downtown LA is like wicked. It used to be, it depends where you are. There's still nice places in downtown LA. And then the views are fucking top tier, bro. You probably that's the thing I love about downtown LA. But some areas of downtown LA are like literally unlivable. Unless I guess you don't have to walk a dog or anything. But other than that, if you got the nice buildings, they're good. Elon and Besant reportedly got into a heated shouting match in earshot of Trump and other officials. I don't believe it. That's a lie. You know why? Because I cannot picture the Grinch yelling. I'm being dead serious, though. he doesn't give me yelling vibes. Elon might. I don't know. Oh, but we gotta send money. What do you mean? The dogs, we gotta send the money. Oh, yeah, we gotta send the money right now. We gotta send the Elon Musk. But I can't see the Grinch yelling. I could see Janet. But I guess I could, not the Grinch. Elon Musk. I love Elon Musk. You know that? I think that's, I low-key like Elon Musk more than Elon Musk. You know that? I do think Elon Musk is a net positive still on society. But, like, I have more love, like, genuine affection toward Elon Musk. He makes me smile, bro. I love Elon Musk. Elon Musk. TSMC's cutting-edge A14 to start in 2028 production. Bro, all we did was overshoot the damn level I told you. So, yeah, we're chilling, but we burned enough time. All right, is that good, though, with off-topic questions? Any final ones? Speak now or forever hold your long-term. Could you follow my trades with $100 Robinhood? I mean, yes and no. So now that I don't post my plays here and it's only on the stream alerts, and then the stream alerts cost $200 a month, I don't think that's a good decision to buy stream alerts for a $100 account. So I think if you saved your money, were patient, applied it towards the long term, watched the stream and paper traded for 3 months, and got an idea of things, I think that would prepare you a lot better, and then we could have this conversation. An app? I've had somebody, we have a guy who's offered an app for the Europeans, but like I said, it's just a lot of work and a lot of stuff to deal with. And like I said, I mean, at this point, ECB Villeroy, no inflation. That's weird. When did these comments? These all just came out. Fed Powell shows how brave is. Dude, Europe is just fucking pumping Powell. They love Powell. That's hilarious. I mean, I think it makes sense. Uncle does not make his own beats, no. Not feeding the emerging gambling economy. Well, it's just not. I don't like them. I don't like gamblers. Like, that's all. If you give me a gambler who does it on the side, you'll love me. Like, you know what I'm saying? If, like, you're in a good position, you get a long term, and you're using it as a 10% strategy, I'm the fucking GOAT. But if you try to use me as, like, some fucking DraftKings, you know, like, yeah, we got everything. Let's go. Boom. I only got $100. Let's turn this to $1 million. Like, no, it's not going to work. So that's where I'm like, I think I don't want to influence people, and I don't want to have it negative in that sense. And, like, you know, there's some good plays and opportunities, but you got to kind of build your way up to that and make sure you are responsible enough to do it. But if you treat it like full gambling and want to gamble your whole portfolio, that's where I've noticed it doesn't work as well, and I'm not as effective for those people. Am I Uncle? No, I'm Josh. My name is Josh. So a lot of people have had this question in the past. I don't know how people confuse it because one person is named Uncle Answers, and my name is Josh Answers. But I do music. I am just not a rapper. Okay, my uncle is a rapper. but I am a country singer. I'm being dead serious. I do country. So my last song didn't get as much traction. My first debut did. But yeah, so if you even just search like Josh Answers, Liberals and Preachers, this is my music, but nobody gives it attention. I don't know why. All these young kids like rap.
Yeah. Why the people in the government pay more than the teachers? Why they always want my money? Both the liberals and preachers separate the church and state. But devil on my speakers, and they taught us not to hate. But don't apply to Jesus, I don't know. Oh. I got a couple questions. If I said them all out loud, then you would treat me different. Whoa. I got a couple questions. Can you tell me anybody where I should direct? Why the people in the government pay more than the teachers? Why they always want my money? Both the liberals and preachers separate the church and state. But devil on my speakers, and they taught us not to hate. But they don't apply to Jesus, I don't know. Whoa, I got a couple questions. If I said them all out loud, then you would treat me different. Whoa, I got a couple questions. Can you tell me anybody where I should direct? A book about a man, he would travel many places. You could find him in a cave or a mountain, he was praying. He would talk about the enemy. They say Satan is Satan, it depends on the translation, but that's the point I'm saying. If I said his name Muhammad, would've told me that was awesome. If I said his name was Moses, would've told me that he chosen. If I said his name Confucius, would've said darn it, I knew it. If I said his name was Jesus, then you changed the way you treat us. This is Phillips traded time. Miss Pelosi traded stocks. This is Phillips molded minds. Miss Pelosi knew her wines. One of them is worth millions, the other not a dime. And it happens all the time. So my question is still why? Why? We still gon' live the same. Care more about the words they say, but not about the extra change. I think it's kinda strange. The younger generation thinking guns and war's the only way to really hear the pain. The people in the government pay more than the teachers. Why they always want my money? Both the liberals and preachers separate the church and state. But devil on my speakers, and they told us not to hate, but that don't apply to Jesus.
Yeah, I do country. That's the point. All right. I don't know. Stagecoach? No, I don't. I have no plans. No plans. All right. So have we exhausted all off topics now with that one? I think so. Okay, a good. That is the low of the market. All right, let's free them. It is 10 minutes till power hour. Ooh, Westlake off market. Oh, wow, that's cheap. So it's a manufactured and they own the land? How much do they want for it, bro? Can I build a cult compound there? Or would they get mad at me? Is there no land lease or anything? They're talking 500. I like it. I think 500 is not the best deal. Obviously, it depends, but I could deal with that. If no land lease, I'd be down. I might want to come look at that. Let's see. That could be interesting. Mobile home with land. Well, maybe I might move to Malibu. I'll just build you guys a little office there. On the mobile park. I have another idea I can't tell you guys. I'm having lending tips look at it today and send an offer, but it might be deceptive. Okay? But I do have, don't get your hopes up, because I don't have my hopes up. But I do have an offer going out on a compound today. Or at least last night. That's what I instructed my agent to do. I'm going to text him now. But that one's a good one. Did you offer? Question mark. I bought your 2025 album yesterday. Oh dang! But you got. They should be on free on YouTube too. But I appreciate it. Well, I get the credits because I help mix it. But Uncle, when he wakes up, I'll tell him. He doesn't not wake up till way later, man. He's too old. It was a good one. I'm glad you liked it. I really liked the recent album. That one was fun. What is this? AI demand is out. Is it TSMC? Plans to launch A14. They're giving more updates. I read you one of those headlines, but there's another coming out. I don't know if it's that there. You thought I was lending tips? Yeah, I know. I did that on purpose. People don't realize it. Back in the day, I would get harassed by people, and then they would assume stuff, and they were like, he's this guy. So then I took lending tips, and I put him as my face. I said, are you down? I pay lending tips a lot of money, but yeah, and he does a lot of deals for me. But it worked. That's the whole idea. But yeah, I'm not lending tips. But they won't believe me, even if I tell them. Even if I tell them, bro. It's funny. I didn't tell you guys that story? Bro, LT, I swear to I forgot this. This was a couple weeks ago. Dude, LT comes up to me, bro. We're like, I forgot where we were because I haven't seen him in a while. And then I see him and he's like, bro, there's somebody came up to him in San Diego and was like, Josh, this is you, dude. I watch you every day. And then LT was like, I'm not Josh. And then the guy was like, no, don't worry, bro. I'll keep the secret. And then LT's like, no, bro. And he apparently had like a 10-minute conversation with this guy. And this guy refuses to believe. And he's like, don't worry, bro. The secret's safe. Yeah, and this, because usually, like, again, LT will, like, even send me the messages. Because people will stop him sometimes. And he'll let me know. He'll take a picture. But then, like, this guy was like, no. Your secret's safe. So, yeah, I don't know, man. But I think it's fun. All sorts of fun. Thomas the Doubter. Show me your thumb. No, let me see the thumbs up. I mean, yeah, he is Josh, but he's not Josh, if that makes any sense. I have an LT one day. I'll buy you a house, man. God willing, baby. Let's get it. How you holding up too, man? You feeling good? Are you locked in? I hope you've been hitting the gym too, at least the walk. You know, let's get moving. Woo! I still haven't. Did I free the chat yet? Oh, shit, man. You got me not freeing these guys. I feel bad now. Let me free them. I missed 3 requests for F350. Oh, no English. No F3 T100. Sorry. Okay. Public. Okay, free them. Freedom. Send you a screenshot of you getting confused with lending tips in 2020. Let's see. I only checked my email for that other one. Yeah. May 2020. And he just says, wrong Josh. He says, he, seriously? He says, yeah, you're looking for answers. Common mix-up. LOL. Yeah, that was 5 years ago. I think it was it was like 2018, 2019 when we used him as the face. He has a good face. I'm telling you, that's why he could have been a model. I don't know why he got into real estate. That's why God made me ugly. I would have, I would have been a vanity You know, if God made me like a 6'5" Arab looking like a fucking Greek god, bro, are you kidding me? I would have been an NBA male model. You know how many pictures I would have taken wearing Baby Gap clothes and shit? You have no idea. I would have wore that CK everything. Said, fuck the stock market. I'm beautiful. What do you mean? I don't need to wake up early. Who the fuck you talking about? Welcome back, you guys. I just freed them, and that's the first thing they walked into. Well, welcome back. No other developments, honestly. You guys saw the bond auction and then the cold water on the Besant and the China stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you're good to go. Nothing really crazy. We did, remember, if you were here prior, we went like 3 points below the level, 4 points. Never lower. Did act as support. And now we're here. UK Foreign Office, Ukraine talks in London made significant progress. Trump said the opposite, and then Witkoff is going to meet Putin on Friday. That was big, too. I'm surprised there wasn't bigger reactions, but literally, Steve Witkoff is going to visit your boy, Vladimir Putin. When is Trump talking? At 5 p.m. after the bell, and I believe it is what's it called? It's going to be about education. So, yeah. The big LT could hit 1 billion by 2035. I mean, God willing. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Who knows? But I'm going to do what I am doing. You know what I'm saying? And I think it will lead to good results. Buying him a large diaphragm condenser mic. Should I just get one now? I think that's what my other one was. I need to get that thing working. I have another Rode mic, but it won't work. Yeah, today's all... These Wicks, man... Believe me, it's been doing it so much, I can't even, I have to refresh this thing every 10 seconds. Look, I just refreshed it. That's fake. You have to refresh it to make it go away, and then look, it doesn't even, adjust normal. I can't even tell if we're going down. You are actually dropping right now. Yeah, look. So maybe we just keep this one up then? I think this might be less confusing. Oh, that's funny. That's great. So yeah, Lending Tips is not writing the offer. Lending Tips had somebody else write it because he didn't think the agent would like him. So he had a Colt real estate agent do the offer for me. That's hilarious. Yeah, because he doesn't think they like him. He doesn't think the agent will actually take it seriously or entertain it. What if you leave a levered ETF in your portfolio overnight? Just depends what it is, but if you want to try it out, you could send me some money and then let it sit overnight, and then we could see if I give it back or not, if you're open to that. But it's kind of the same game. But so it just depends on what it is, though. So a VIX, a bond, or whatever it may be. I don't think for one night it's the worst, but you do got to watch your positioning and make a plan. And I keep getting tempted. I need to keep up TD, you guys. Way too many of these glitchy candles on E-Trade. Thought you lost. No, you never lose the badge. They'll just lock you out for a little bit. Okay, 5376. I hope you guys remember. Remember, 7-3 to 6-1. That's kind of the level. Oh, the newswire's on the screen, but I have to take it away. The potential catalyst, I still think India and Japan. We haven't got much details there. Trump will sign something about education. I don't think that'll be important. And then by the end of the week, we're probably going to hear about Ukraine and Russia. And then you have the soft data, consumer sentiment, and then more earnings. Actually, that's what you should probably be doing right now. Is looking in. Is there any big earnings for Wednesday? Turned 24 yesterday. Oh, God is good. Have a blessed day. Happy birthday, bro. Horn. You mother effer. 24. Are you kidding me? I remember I was 24. I think the year was 1909. You're 24 years old. You're a young guy. It's a lot of time for long term. You can make a long term. You gotta get the long term investment portfolio. Happy birthday. Kwanzaa. Chipotle. Okay, you're going down again. Watch out. This kind of picked up out of nowhere. It is this start of power hour. The higher levels have already broken again. Low of the day and then 6-1. I still think 6-1. We just overshot for like a minute and then that's it. But that's all still in play. So like I told you guys, if that breaks, the odds of that gap, the gap fill really do go up. And then those Coca-Cola puts finally hit. You guys remember I was telling you those? How they went up 50 and then wouldn't move? Look, now they're up 50%. Even though you burned the whole day, they wouldn't go past break even till right here pretty much. Now they're up 50. Yeah, it's stupid. This is just like the SQQ day. And then tomorrow, if it rips, you're going to lose all the money on them. So either make it free or decide if you want to keep holding that to the downside. IBM, PM. Oh, IBM will be a good one. Not like good up or down or like good, I know the direction, but like IBM, if the premiums are cheap, this thing has a lot of juice to move in either direction. But remember, they did good last time, so they might pull a Netflix. Oh, VKTX. It sucks because it's like a big company now, but I remember like we saw this at $2. So I'm not used to following it for earnings, but I do think it really is just a buyout candidate. But yeah, there could be some movement there. Trump coin, there was a rumor. Well, it wasn't a rumor. It's actually true. They announced that the top 220 holders of Trump coin will be allowed to go to a dinner with Donald Trump. Ticker now, bro. Check it for me. Don't know what you're saying, and with that energy, I'm not doing shit, sir. Okay? Respectfully. But yeah, other than that, yeah, you got the wrong one. I have no idea what the fuck he said, but the whole now, just I don't. No hablo, no understand. Oh, it's the ticker now. Oh, that makes, see, I didn't ban you or anything. I just said I'm not doing none of that. So that makes a lot more sense. The company now. Oh, okay. I feel you. Yeah, that's when I bought it on the watch list. They can't move. I thought you were saying, dude, check the ticker now. I'm like, what the fuck are you saying, dude? I'm not understanding you, but I don't appreciate maybe that. So yeah, that's good. That's good. I don't think I overreacted. I expressed myself. He corrected, and I think we figured out what we were saying. So yeah, service now. Yeah. Maybe service now would have been easier to communicate. They move big. They're just expensive. And then the options are already, what? Bro, the options are already up 1,000%? No, they fucked up the calls. Yeah, service now is already up 200. So yeah, that moves a lot, but the calls are jacked. And they washed the puts, but the puts got jacked the other day. Yeah, I don't like that for the premium. I think it could be just too many traps. It might hit, though, but I don't like it as much. Would I change bodies with Danny DeVito for $1 billion? So, I don't know if the Chads told you, but I'm the world's greatest salesman. All I say is please buy a membership, and they buy a membership. So that question is off topic, and you paid for it. So I'm going to answer it tomorrow during PHILO. Because if you didn't know, part of your $5 membership, it includes an off-topic question zone. So you might have demand for that. But for right now, I don't think that'd be appropriate. But I'll answer the Danny DeVito question tomorrow after our PHILO. That would be a fun question. You see that? That's sales right there. You see, because there is demand for off-topic. I don't see you guys didn't know. You might be missing something. Target? Yeah, Target's even lower? Oh, no, they hit 89. Someone is asking me about that. I still like them. Again, I don't know why. I was really attracted by... Look at how stable pizza is. Pizza don't even get affected by tariffs like that, bro. I don't know. And then some Ozempic, you know. It's beautiful. We do need $6 billion for the vets. We made some progress. They tried to do that one deal. I don't know. Oh, I didn't tell you about the Papa John's. I think that is actually on topic because we did buy the stock. But here's the deal. Are you ready? I'm going to give you an honest review of my Papa John's pizza. Okay? It genuinely, it just tasted like pizza. No. Like, everybody was like, it's this, it's that. I'm like, bro, maybe I did too many drugs or I had COVID or something. All these pizzas generally just taste the damn same. Unless it's like in like some high-level pizza, like at like some Michelin star or like a truffle pizza. But, bro, and that's why I kind of got bullish on it because I'm like, bro, this just tastes like everything else. It just tastes like pizza, like that you order and get delivered. It just tastes like a fucking normal-ass pizza. That's all. It wasn't like amazing. It wasn't terrible. The garlic butter was great. I did have that. I even got the stuffed crust, which I was impressed by because I didn't know. I thought only Pizza Hut had it. But no, bro. Like Pizza Hut just has its own chemical. That's how it is in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Pizza Hut has its own like special chemical taste. Domino's has its own special like that one thing that makes it taste like slightly, it like affects the aftertaste, and then that's it. Other than that, it's exactly the same. And that's how I was bullish on the fact that it didn't underwhelm, but it didn't it was just a fucking pizza. That's all it is. That's all it was. It was just pizza. So I liked it. Bubba Jones, very good. Bubba Jones, I feel good about my investment. You know, it was, and then I actually ordered it. So, you know, that's all. No, I did. I liked the garlic crust. That garlic sauce was heavy, though. They threw in a garlic sauce, but I was like, damn, son. I don't think Five Guys is public. Baba John's. It was good, but it was heavy, bro. But yeah, other than that, it was just like, it just tasted like pizza, bro. That's why I was surprised I haven't had it in so long. It tasted shittier in college. Because I remember in college, we were just eating it because it was the only option. But it didn't seem as bad as it did in college. Like I told you, that was the last time I was binge eating Papa John's. It was because it was monopolized on college campuses. Dude, you're right at this, is it? Yeah, we only got 45 minutes. You're going to hear from Trump today after the bell, but it's not going to be big. But remember, the last couple of days after the bell, sentiment vibes has been changing everything. You know what I'm saying? You get any comment, good or bad, or if they're like, we heard that the president is going to do this, that could move you. So, but other than that, we're getting into the final part of the week, final part of the day. Tomorrow will be Friday Junior. Woo! The charge point, well, all those EV names. I mean, remember the EV was a bubble, I would say. Again, EV went from nobody cared about it to all of a sudden during the pandemic and then after the Build Back Better, a lot of that new money went towards these programs. And again, they pumped all this money in, but like there was more money going to funding than actually building out anything. Tomorrow is Thursday, my man. I know. Here at the Colt, we call Thursday Friday Junior. So that's why I say they're getting into the final part of the week. You have Friday Junior and then Friday. Hot dog. First time? I remember my first time. It was 1901. That's when I first got into politics. I was the youngest senator with a working automobile. That's where I took the train. Fuck the automobile. But yeah, you're going along. What happened to the EV? I love EV. Give them more money. Five, 3, 6, 9. It's still the same level from 6 hours ago. You work in the auto industry. It's funny, all the OEMs are canceling orders. Dude, it was terrible. That was another thing I stood by. I've been telling y'all EVs were whack for the longest time. That's it. Dude, I remember pissing off so many people. Yeah, you guys have no idea, bro. I don't mean to. You know that? Some people think I take like a lot of pleasure in it. I don't. I just tell y'all what it is, and people get hella bothered nowadays. But I remember that because I felt bad. I said it. This was like 2022, 2023, bro. I was like, I think the beginning of 2022. Because I just said, bro, I was like, I feel so bad for all these young kids that are being tricked into buying an EV as their first car. So terrible. Imagine saving up all that money, and you're like, this is my first car. Get your first car, your first bad financial decision, and then you buy a car that's going to plummet 50% in value in 1 year. That's insane. So I was like, I feel they tricked them. They tricked a lot of kids into thinking that, and then they just abandoned it. Now it's, so I'm like, man, that's crazy. Yeah, leases aren't bad for EVs. I think an EV lease, that's how you do it. So you don't get that depreciation hit. Oh, the Coca-Cola's chilled out for a little bit. Dude, those SoFis came down, but they were fire this morning. My number one solar stock, I don't really have one. That's what sucks is that there's so many, like, I love solar. You know that? I love it. I love it. I think solar is one of the greatest products out there. It just sucks when Wall Street fucks it up. Or, like, subsidies and all of that. Because, sadly, it's like, I don't think there's any good solar investments. I would not invest in it. I would privately do it. If you have the right metrics to make, like, a solar farm and it works, God bless you. If you could buy a existing home with solar, one of the best things out there, bro. I love solar as a product. I've always said this to you guys. I told you the solar panels on my houses, I love them. I love them. But it just sucks that, like, again, I don't think there's any good investments to, like, invest in it. They're all trading at these crazy values, and then laws and regulation, and then subsidies, and then the private and public companies, you know. Like, it's hard to get good investment exposure unless you do it privately. Yeah, I think if you sell them, but or you have like a farm, like those are great, but I don't really like any solar stocks, to be honest with you. Enphase was compelling for a little bit, but they still even, again, it's just like, as I say, you give it to Wall Street, they fucking pillage it, overvalue it, sell it to you at 100 times. It's like, that's not going to work with solar. But I don't like I think solar is just a great tech, bro. I love solar. And I've said that. I've said that this whole time. I've told all of you, the best thing you could do is buy a home with solar, not pay for it. If somebody already bought the solar system, not like the fucking universe, but like the solar panels, if they're already paid for, that is the best investment you could get on top of your home. If somebody already paid for it. It just, I mean, sometimes it's worth adding, but it's really the numbers. It takes 20 years to make it worthwhile. You see what I'm saying? So the upfront costs are heavy, and that's where it's not usually worth it. And that way you got to really make it make sense, or if you have high energy demand. I still love solar, like I'm saying, but if you're buying it and paying the 40, the 50, the 60, Trump to sign executive order targeting university accreditors. Long's criticized accreditation process. What? Oh, damn. Now you're going to be able to get a PhD at Trump University is what it sounds like. I don't know if I like that one. I don't know, but that's what it sounds like in my mind. What do you mean the accredit? They're like, these people who's done the accreditation process. From now on, you could get your bachelor's degree from Stock Market Live. All you need is 100 hours of live stream and pass Josh's Kahoot, and you'll get a degree. That's fair. I think that's fair. Deregulation. Sorry. I like it. I mean, throw in Trump University. Throw that in there. Kamala Law School. Well, I mean, speaking of which, can I give you guys a fun thought experiment? If Kamala was the president and the market was going down like this, what do you think it would sound like? So imagine all the comments from Bloomberg, CNBC, Lagarde, von der Leyen, everybody. All the people saying you destroyed the world in a month. Everything. What would it sound like? No, I'm not. It's a good thought experiment because I think people would be saying the same thing. Just reversed. That's all. Like, that's all. Okay, I don't think the market liked that thought experiment. Now we're going lower. You're back to the level, boys. 5361. Remember, we overshot just a tiny bit, but you got just over 30 minutes, 38 minutes left. So, yeah. Oh, those were called freedom tunes, but okay, one more thing. Because I didn't get to show this yesterday. I want to show you my favorite clip. I love it. And then you are flushing. Zelensky says Ukraine and European states presented inputs. Hopes joint talks. Just get ready, though, too, for this week. You guys are going to get a lot of contradicting Ukraine headlines. I could already tell. Because everybody in Europe is like, yeah, this is great progress. And then Trump's like, it's stupid. It's dumb. That's off the table. Send Witkoff to go meet Putin. The real Vladimir. Let him meet him. Let him meet him right now. So I think you're going to get, I don't think the market will move on those headlines, but yeah, I do think you're going to get a lot of, I don't think progress, just noise. Made Coca-Cola free, go work. They went down. Right when I told you guys they were up 50, they dropped to 30. That was stupid. They got all the premium here. Premium could double. It could be everything. That's why I said the hard part about this, it's choppy. Nothing has been clear. Everything can be debated. That all leads to chop. So as long as, just like the other day, man, I remember the SQQs doing that. Next day, they were dead. And then anything that was up, you got an extra gain, and then some of them just died. It's the premiums in this choppiness, you're at the market maker's mercy. I'm glad we got out of that one. Listen, selling premium is great right now. Just don't make it a wide range. That's all. Just don't have a high max loss. That's it. And you're going to make less, but you're going to win. But just don't expose yourself to a high max loss on any premium. Any condor, any sell strangle, sell straddle. Just don't have high max loss. That's your only risk of selling premium right now. That's it. Is getting tempted and taking the bait and then selling one of those 20,000, 10,000 max loss, or whatever relative to your account. That's what's going to kill you. Everything else is money. Okay, you're back below. You're about to wick into, I think that might even be a new low, no? No, you're like 1 point off. I hate that I can't use the E-Trade. You took the bait last week? Yeah, you got to be careful. That's what I said. That's it. That's the only thing. Because it's easy. It's just lower money. That's the problem. That's why the bait is so effective. Because you can sell premium right now and win every single one of them. You're just going to get a fraction of some of the gains out there. And then you're like, well, I could make more. Oh, and then those all worked. And then you're going to open a wide range, and then you're going to get a 7% sell-off or a 5% move all out of nowhere and then be like, what? So, yeah. No, SQQs won't move. The gap up last 2 days were too big. Those are all going to be dead. That's why I'm glad we got some of our money back, but anything you didn't sell, unless you wake up to a 7% gap down, those are going to die. Even then, those still might not work. That's what's crazy, bro. The premiums right now, even on like the upside, are insane. That's not real. I can't believe that. Today is wicked on the E-Trade, bro. Yeah, Zelensky, and all right, we got 30 minutes. Not bad. On the SPY puts now, again, the timing. That's why it's difficult. It sucks, bro. It was so unnecessary. You realize that? Like, imagine the scope of today. That Wall Street Journal rumor was so unnecessary. Because it just fucked up the premiums. Because it fucked up the puts even more. Jacked up the calls 2,000%. So then you had to go through the whole thing, and then that was it. Look at Coca-Cola is now ripping. Those plays are break even now. So if you made them free, like I was telling you, bro, I didn't. So you guys got it. I'm up 17% now. But they were just up 50 after no reason. Like I was telling you. They went 50% on the bid. The whole day they were break even. Now you're back to the whole day point. They're up 20, 13%. But I told you, I gave you a call out, a voice call out. And I was like, listen, either make it free or not, but you got to gain now. And I said it could easily just flip at any moment. And sure enough. I did. That's what I was saying. I mean, we made money on the thing in the morning, and we were early. We were really fucking early. I think some of you got really big bags off of that. But, yeah, it comes out of it just sucks. It just made the whole day. It fucked up the rest of the day, though. And then it made both sides much more difficult. So, I mean, welcome to Chop City, boys. And that's the thing. You guys don't get it. That's what I was saying, man. I hope you guys are fair. And I know the world tells you it's so easy to blame Donald Trump. But, like, you're even saying, like, oh, insider trading, hedge funds. No. What do you mean? All they had to do was put that out. And right when it hit the wire within a millisecond, they could buy, and that's not insider trading. That's why I do not realize we all got that same opportunity for a minute today. That's why those plays went 2,000%. Because the news was already in the public. You didn't even need to be an insider. If you were on this stream, you had a 30-second, a 1-minute window to take it before everybody. So a lot of these, you guys are insinuating that they're doing this, but don't forget, a lot of the shady stuff on Wall Street, that they operate within the law, believe it or not. So all you had to do is know there was going to be that if you worked for Wall Street Journal or if you're assuming it. They just waited till it came out, and they just had acted a second after it was public. That's it. So don't forget that. That's why I'm saying a lot of you are unfairly blaming other things and getting negative views on people with these assumptions, but I mean, you didn't necessarily have to be an insider. That's why I'm saying I hope I could have smoothed out the advantage some people had, because we had that advantage for a little bit too. Yeah, they had the order queued up and were ready to go possibly, but technically I don't think they, how some of you are kind of imagining it, I don't think that's what happened. And then again, that's why I'm saying, dude, it was so early I freaked out. We were like, bro, I said, look at this rumor. And then nothing moved. Even the algos didn't have it. So you had the ability. Those options went 3 cents, 7 cents to $1.50. And then you have to spend the whole day washing it. And then I saw people blaming Besant or Trump. I'm like, dude, that was Wall Street fucking Journal. That is your liberal news organization who fucked up the premiums right there. On that note, I need a protein, you guys. I haven't had protein today.
Sitting tight and trying not to overreact. How are you positioned right now for this earnings season for tech companies?
At the Trading Fraternity. Real Cult News
Well,
on
it's been
Twitter.
really tough not to overreact in both directions, really, because there's so much volatility in terms of the headlines. And it's really well-founded volatility that the market's displaying during this uncertain time. I think over the last couple of days, for the first time, we've started to see the market agreeing with some of what the administration has been signaling. You know, Scott Bessent yesterday saying that the current trade situation with China is unsustainable. The market definitely agrees with that. So that's a positive. But, you know, taking a step back, it's at the same time, it's really unhealthy when you've got a market that's up this much today just on a comment that the president is not going to fire the Fed chair, and on the comment that there might be some hope that the situation with China de-escalates. So very unhealthy market backdrop right now. We're trying not to react too much. I think it's going to be a bit of a grind from here, but hopefully the selling activity or some of the more defensive moves we've done since the start of the year have come to pass.
Do you expect to hear anything from the CEOs on earnings calls that would propel you or compel you to make a decision to buy or sell their shares? Meaning, how transparent are they actually going to be with what they see out there and their level of confusion?
Yeah, I think there's a couple ways to answer that. I think, you know, first of all, one healthy thing we've seen so far during earnings season is that in many cases, good results are being rewarded by the market. So that's a good thing. That is something that happens in a well-functioning market. Companies like Netflix beating estimates, tweaking the full year guidance higher.
You think it's irrelevant? The damage is in the pie. It's not. Be careful, okay? Like I've been telling you. That's a very certain comment you just made. That's the only thing that's going to hurt you guys. You know, and I love it because I could explain this. I don't know how long you've been here. You have a good badge, but I guess 3 months, not a lot. But back in the day, some of you might remember this. I think I said this during COVID. Are you ready? Do not underestimate the resilience of the SPY. Okay? Do you guys remember that? Why? Because you just went through a lot of bad things, and all of a sudden, that's what I'm saying. Don't be, these same people will tell you, oh my God, permanent damage. Oh my God, this will never recover. They'll tell you that while they're buying the shit out of it. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all realize it yet, but the point is, don't be certain. If you think, oh, it'll never come back or it'll never go down, that's what's going to hurt you. You know, we've seen a lot. And if you have had the experience in the market, you'll know the market gets overly optimistic and overly pessimistic. So it's your job to not fall for it. All right, man, we're getting back to the low of the day. Tesla, are the plays down? No, Tesla plays are still up 30. So if you bottom ticked, you're good. But, yeah, that is fading. Those Coca-Colas, those little scammers. But, yeah, you're dumping now. Get ready. 24 more minutes. Earlier, I know. I still have my other ones from yesterday. They're just like holding. I wish I sold more of the SoFi because I still have a couple left, but I did sell them at every crazy pop. And then if I held my other Boeings, yeah, but not too bad. I wish I held my Tesla and then made it free. But I still got those free ones. The SPY to drop more, it just needs to not get better or get worse. Or we keep remaining in this situation without a clear pivot in policy. Again, everything remains debatable. I just think we're going to chop. I think you're going to have go to the edge, come back, go to the edge, come back, and play that game more or less. The random Airbnb. Did those hit? They did for a little bit. I made mine free. I have a couple of those. Whoa, Summit. SMMT, I remember this one back in the day. Well, yeah, you just literally hit a new low and then bounced. Okay. Coca-Cola is just dying. I shouldn't have said anything. That's my fault. I should have sold it and then they would have doubled for you guys. But I hope you took it. Some of you did, though, right when I said it, so I'm glad. This guy's still on. Okay, hold on.
Earnings act as a sort of a clearing event where, outlooks reflect the significant tariffs in place with China, and the significant impact those are going to have on some of these businesses. I think longer term, though, beyond just trying to make a call on what a stock does on the day of earnings, longer term, we do want to hear excitement about AI. We do want to hear commitment to investing in AI, and we want to hear about new AI use cases that are being discovered. And so I think we will hear that. I think most of what we're hearing about AI usage and AI use cases generally has been quite positive. So hopefully that is a theme that can sort of carry these stocks beyond this earnings season.
All right, John Belton, a portfolio manager for growth portfolios over at Gabelli Funds here. A closer look here at some of the tech earnings that we're starting to get. Of course, some of the big ones coming tonight out of Texas Instruments, Lam Research, IBM, and tomorrow we get Alphabet and a few others as well. When we come back, we're going to take a look at what's been going on in the world of biotechs and specifically vaccines. Novavax having a great day, up 16% after the company said it received some promising news about its next COVID vaccine. We'll discuss coming up next on our Stock of the Hour. This is The Close on Bloomberg.
What does it mean to live a rich life? It means brave first leaps, tearful goodbyes, and everything in between.
Fucking dense ass people. I'm still peeing. I had to go. I drank that protein. I was like, damn, I didn't pee. You know what I'm saying? So you guys are just listening to me in the bathroom. I guess I don't have much to say while peeing. Still. We could enjoy some silence into the lows with 20 minutes left. I don't even know if y'all can still hear me. To be honest, I don't know if I was loud enough. Oh, hi. Yeah, bro, I'm sorry. I hear a new COVID vaccine, and then they're like, you want a more fulfilling life? Brought to you by Wall Street. Oh, shut the fuck up, man. Go read a book. Go for a walk, dude. What do you mean, dude? These Wall Street commercials are turning into pharma commercials. You know it? You know what I'm saying? Where they got the people all riding bikes all happy. It's like you could have done that without the fucking Humira. What are you saying? I get it. If you need go take Ozempic now. If you don't have diabetes, may include side effects. But look, now everybody smiles when you go outside. Wow, you could have a social life. All you needed was to pay a financial manager and take pharmaceuticals. And you wonder why they don't like Josh. Yeah, because they hate you. They hate me too. Fuck it. I'm with you, man. Screw all this. Yeah, Summit is just going crazy. That's up 25 now? What the hell? I mean, I usually don't have a problem. I usually like financial commercials more, but like I said, I don't like it when they turn into pharma commercials. That's, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty tolerant. I don't mind that typical finance ad, we've dealt with that, but they started to make them really, really sound pharma-y. Consult your financial professional if earnings season is right for you. Side effects may include blown account, overpaying, not saving, and getting into the wrong thing at the wrong time because you listened to the news and you did not prepare earlier and we made money off of you. What? Humera. Wall Street. What? Sign me up. Ooh, prediction markets. What's that, Robin Hood? Duh. Options Empic. MMT. I don't remember we played this one back in the day. Tesla. All right, man, we only got 17 minutes. What a day. IMF strategy chief. Our goal to have countries be able to restructure their debt within 12 months. Does that include us? No? Okay. Oh, dude, I wanted to show you. I keep forgetting. Yeah, it's my favorite clip. This is one of my favorites, dude. This is one of I just laughed at this so hard watching this yesterday. And I'm so glad, but I'm like, man, these people, bro. Are you ready? My favorite. Because literally, bro, people would fight me. My peers, people closer to my age with a future. You know what I'm saying? People who could change their life, who would benefit more off of getting into real estate, all these things, right? They would get mad at me and burn bridges over this fucking lady. Meanwhile, they lie to you, dude. Elizabeth Warren, my favorite lady in the world.
Do you regret saying that President Biden had a mental acuity? He had a sharpness to him.
She'll laugh and break character because she hates you.
Year.
Watch.
I said what I believe to be true.
And you think he was as sharp as you?
Look. See? She breaks character. That's her laughing because she hates you.
I had not seen decline. And I hadn't at that point.
You did not see any decline from 2024 Joe Biden to 2021 Joe Biden?
Not when I said that. You know, the thing is, he was sharp. He was on his feet. I saw him. Live event. I had meetings with him a couple of times.
Senator, on his feet is not praise. He can speak in sentences is not praise.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Look, the question is, what are we going to do now?
Okay.
Okay, yeah. That's why I'm airing her out. I've always said it. I don't know why. People would attack me for me telling you how disingenuous that lady is. And the shit she would promote. And then you guys would go around thinking you're changing the world. That's why I'm saying she took advantage of well-meaning people. And I don't think the people who defended her had bad hearts or they're evil. I actually think they were good people with good hearts who wanted good things. And then they just, their messenger is a fraud. So, yeah. Argentina says U.S. tariffs is not affecting us. We're looking to tear down tariffs in Argentina. Well, no, I don't know if anyone cares about that as much. But yeah. Pfizer advances bold vision for the future at annual meeting. Is it like a cancer summit? I don't think that's going to change it. Going lower, 15 minutes. It was a Wall Street Journal rumor on China tariffs getting rolled back, and it caused that pop. IRM? Oh, I haven't bought IRM in like 5 years. We just bought it so low. I don't know if I would buy it at these higher prices. We're up way too much on it. So I've reinvested every dividend, but I don't think I would be establishing a new position. It's up a lot, and it's a REIT. Oh, earnings. I wanted IBM. ServiceNow is a good one too, but that's just expensive. IBM pricing 16, so 32. IBM kind of works for 2 standards. It's about a little bit more, 70, 80 bucks for both ways. The only way you lose, I think, on some of these earnings one is if tomorrow's a dud. That's your trap. Wow, I just had an epiphany. Yeah, that's how you're going to get clapped tomorrow. I think any play that is in the right direction, if you gap like you did the last 2 days, you're going to hit. But what happens if tomorrow just doesn't fucking move, dude? You see what I'm saying? How many times did we do that in the last 2 weeks? 5 up, 5 down, 3, 4, 3, 4, nothing. And then it just stops. So, yeah, that's the only way. Because I'm looking at these, I'm like, bro, IBM isn't bad both ways. But the only way you're going to, like, that's why I'm like, bro, buy it and then fucking, if you hit a call or a put, you're going to make some money if it's a big enough move. But then if we don't, it's kind of like last week. Remember those the first 2 days were like nothing and then big. That was the reverse of it. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's your risk for tomorrow, for any place. Because remember how we were, playing in advance and you plan end of the day leading into the next one? That's what you got to think about for right now. Because the last 2 days have been fucking massive. So a lot of premium has moved around. Some prices are like higher and lower, but I think it has to do with if we move. Because if tomorrow, after these 2, 3, 4% days, if tomorrow moves less than 1%, everyone's going to lose. Do you hear me right now? So that's all you got to watch out for. I think that's what you should really be thinking about. Do you think tomorrow has movement or not? That, I think, is a little more important. The gaps are good for premium, but the gaps just kind of insinuate you're moving a lot or a bigger move. So if it's a small gap, then no, you could still have a small gap up or down that leads to nothing. But lately we've gapped up 2%, so if it's a big enough gap up and continues, then yeah, it's a pop, but that's 10-minute rigged. So be careful. That's a big pop. that's 2.5 points on the SPY. Damn, son, that was big. But yeah, it's 10-minute rig, so you can't really attribute it to anything. If that didn't happen every day, I'd be surprised. I'll stay for a little bit. I can't stay too long. I don't want to do leg day, but I have to. Do you guys know that I hate the gym? But I've learned to love it. Because I say this every day, and I end up doing it. That's a PHILO for you, but still. I have seen SWK. Is MSTR a play? I don't know. No, I don't know. So you don't need to ask me again. Make your decision. I'm going to hold my Teslas, though, for today. Anything. If I haven't sold it, I should have just sold the Coca-Colas. But if not, we're good. It could be buybacks, but this is just 10-minute rig. Again, there is a lot of There's a lot of stuff that, like buying and the buybacks, it starts to kick in. But I don't know. That could be it, but that's just typical 10 minutes. And again, today, like I said, from the morning, we were up 4%. So you had a sell-off. This was its own day. The gap up was one day. The move down was another day. But then you still held the 2%. So it was just large. Some brokers close 30 minutes before. I feel like a lot of them do it. And then different like assets move around. Or like some plays, like I've had them close earlier ones on me. And then sometimes they don't. It's really weird. The CEP merger? No, I have not. Cantor? No, what are they merging with? Oh, I'm pissed. Because remember we had those Cantor plays? I made a Cantor play at the end of last year because of Lutnick. Damn. But yeah, I knew. That's why I remember we were talking. I said Lutnick and just watch out. But yeah, Cantor. I didn't. They doing something else. I fucking Tether's that company. They're getting involved with anything better than Ripple. Besson and Musk got into it. That's the rumor. I don't believe it. I only don't. Maybe they argued, but I heard someone said there was a rumor where Besson and Elon yelled at each other. I don't think Besson yells. I think he has the ability to, but like I don't. Have you seen? I saw Besson's children. Like he doesn't seem like he was the aggressive parent. I don't know, man. Unilever. I flipped those earlier. Those options suck. We flipped it a couple weeks ago. I think we hit a gain, but they have some buyout shit or like selling a unit. Oh, those Coca-Colas went back to break even. All right, Chad. Well, I don't want to disappoint you, but the day is going to come to an end soon. I don't know if you were aware. We only have like 3 minutes left, a little bit more. So now is the time. Wrap up your plays. Prepare your speakers for Loud Josh and anything else in between. That's it. Dude, today flew by. I feel like it's 10 o'clock now. At 10 o'clock, I was like, it feels like 7. So I got like a 3-hour jump. I'm going to have a good leg day today now that I think about it. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a good one. A spy call? It's okay. We'll get another one. We'll get another one, man. So far this year, every play you missed, there was another one within a day or two, I'm pretty sure. No? So don't worry, guys. Don't worry. But at the same time, too, don't forget, it's getting harder. It is not getting easier. that I don't know if now's a good time to remind. Because again, this morning I said, dude, today's a payout day. Take your money. Take your fucking money, bro. But just don't forget, it's not going to get easier. This is until we need the easy break. Right now in Chop City, you got to learn the art of chilling then if this isn't your forte. If this isn't doing good, if this ain't there, chill, bro. The easy breaks, we're going to get money off those too. And those are the easy ones during Trump. I'm telling you, when you get the pivots, the breakouts that are based that aren't debatable, we're going to have a good time. But in the meantime, you got to find a way to not get chopped up in between. UK to announce final go-ahead for huge carbon capture project in England. It's a good time to build positions. Yes and no. If you have a plan, yes. If you don't have a plan, do not do that. That's what leads people to buying high and then selling low and then repeating that 3 times in the cycle. You know what I'm saying? So have a plan and then build a position if that is part of your plan, and really identify what you are looking to accomplish and how you are going to move with all of this. Oh my gosh. 45 seconds! Go, 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 go! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and gals, it's time to wrap it up. Bring it home. Finalize those plays. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Shares, options, futures. Do you have a plan? If tomorrow moves, you'll probably get good movement. If it does nothing, everyone's going to lose. What are the earnings going to do? Oh, that's it. You're done. I'm sorry. 3, 2, 1. Nope, it's too late. Ding 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 ding. Horna. Yo, what is this? Why is it dumping after hours? What? Yo, hold on, bro. You're dumping after the bell. So Trump could sign order as soon as Wednesday to improve job training for trades. White House summary shows. And then Bank of England Bailey says must take serious steps or the risk of Trump tariffs hurting growth. Serious risk to growth from Trump tariffs. And then job training trades by Trump. Well, you just sold off 2 points from that after the bell, but yeah. I don't know, man, but Chattadonia. Ding, 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 ding. That is your day. That is the bell. What is this? Certified flows. No, those are new ones. No, nothing crazy. I think just the market hates us. Oh, TXN. Is that going to move? So TXN and IBM, those will be the big earnings that will come out. But, again, I think, sadly, we're kind of in market mode. Damn, TSN's up 10. TXN, remember, those are always cheap, never move. So if that holds, bro, you guys are going to hit if you have any TXN. But Chattadonia, good game. I need my GGs. Yeah, all I care about is IBM today. ServiceNow will be fun. If TXN could hold, that'll wake up chips. But if that fades, you're fucked. I don't think it'll be that telling. And then IBM is going to be the big one that could move NVIDIA and a couple of others. So there you go. All right, well, get ready. I'm looking for my song, too. There it is. I need a good game, Catadonio. Thank you for not getting banned. Thank you for making a long term. Thank you for being a real one, baby. That's it. We made it. 7 hours. It felt like 3. We got more. What's going to happen tomorrow? I don't know, but good game, baby. GG. That's what I'm talking about. Members, non-members, stream alerts where you're in the game, where you locked in. Did you handle your responsibilities? Oh, yeah, that's what I mean, baby. Good game. I see you too, Twitch. I ain't forget about y'all, too, on the watch. Baby, good game. Let's go, man. All is one. I hope you realize it. Stay alive and stay safe, baby. Let's go. Again, bro. GG. I love y'all. That's it. There's a couple that heard it. Tomorrow's earnings are a lot bigger. Intel and all the other ones. Hey, man, good game. Need me to rock. You won't see me a lot. Monday through Friday, you need me, let's talk. Yeah, that's it.
One turn.
I guess I'll let it ride, but that's the day. I'll try to stick around. All I want is IBM. But other than that, we good.
Ask me if I'm
Have a good day. I love you.
Don't be ridiculous. I was holding shit and buying dips. You were a little kid. All I want is ownership, but I still put a limit in. No matter if you're young, you could always use a dividend. Know you want the money. I suggest you do not rush with it. Deals aren't plans. Make sure you don't fall in love with it. You ain't never saved. By the second month, you double it. Trading foreign currencies. I don't need a dumb on it. I don't need a translator. Nod my head and run with it. Mama always said, never marry, but have fun with it. Mama said that's wrong, but deep down, I always fuck with it. If you don't like my plan, do your thing. I wish you luck with it. Why they call me fan, but I don't see them at the holidays. Say that you're a man, but on the internet, you talking gay. Go ahead, you could cancel me, but don't act like you ever pay. You look dumb as fuck if only one of us is playing charades. Stop asking what I mean, bitch. That wasn't a parable. Just because they copied me don't mean that we're comparable. You support the phony, that just means your judgment terrible. An iPhone in your hands, you're a narc, that's a wearable. Didn't buy the stock, it was down, right in front of you. Didn't say I lost, my account looked like a W. You don't got the long term, it's hard for me to fuck with you. If you can't pay yourself, then I wouldn't put my trust in you. Fuck it, dude. Hold my dick, I won't hold my tongue. Remember they were talking shit about Amazon when I was young. Oh wait, they did the same, it was Meta right in front of them. Think they'd have a little bit of shame from always looking dumb. Nah, they on a diet and it's humble pie. It's 2025, you could kick it, you ain't gotta lie. Made $1 million buying value, I don't buy the hype. My girl is really classy, all you ratchet bitches not my type. Why? They don't buy it till it reached the high. You picked the right thing, but you also picked an awful time. You would be surprised how making money make you fall behind. Maybe I offended, but that doesn't mean I told a lie. Wow, you really like it when they lie to you, ignoring all the things you hear, denying what the eye produce. Helpful isn't friendly if they helping you to tie the noose. You teach them how to steal your money every time you live and lose. Damn, I won't lie, my mama taught me that. Whoever sold you all those courses, you should probably take it back. It's all a bunch of bullshit, you would learn more if they told you that. I know you know the truth, so you still got time to go to that.
VKTX is out too. And then LR, bro. I mean, everything just looks like the Wall Street sandbag, bro. Terrible. So, low key, that's what I was saying. The option plays, and then Whirlpool already came out. Did they guide up? I need to check that. Yeah. But, dude, it seems like the sandbag is in full effect. Low key. Because all these, like, tech growth names, they're all just ripping no matter what the report is. That's what I'm seeing. But let me check the Whirlpool one. Because we have that one in the long term. But even then, that one moves big on the next morning. Yeah, TXN, they killed it. Operating revenue or operating income beat too. Yeah, so I'm surprised. VKTX is out too. I know a lot of you guys were asking about that one. And gold, Newmont. I need to get the guidance. Expands. Yeah, Whirlpool expands margins. Full year guide unchanged, but margin guide higher. So 367. They missed on sales, surprisingly. So they slight miss on sales. EPS. Ew. I think they missed on EPS, or is that okay? They beat on adjusted. No, they still missed on that. One said they missed on both, top and bottom. And then full year EPS 875. That was the same one from last time. And then margins better. And then full year EPS of 10. That's the same. Expects new tariff policies to level the playing field, better supporting American manufacturing. The fuck? So I don't know if what's fake or not, you guys. This is like, I feel like the E-Trade today is like watching the news. So yeah, I don't know. IBM. That's the one. Yeah. So here are the results. Let me get you the guidance. Yeah, that SPY move is... Look at IBM, though. That's the one. It was still pricing in a lot, but I told you it was possible. I was going to play it, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to get caught if nothing happens. So, and I already like my place. Where is it? So, revenue expectation was 14.39. They did 14.5. Gross margin 55.2. Estimate was 55.6. So that was a little lower, but not too bad. EPS $1.12. Is there adjusted? 160, yeah, versus 140. Shit. They beat on that. Continued EPS $1.12. So yeah, they beat top bottom line. It's all slight, but like I told you, the Wall Street sandbag and could have been worse is fully in play. They expect $13.5 billion free cash flow for end of the year. I don't have a full year guide. Expects full year constant currency growth of at least 5%. See, second quarter 16.4 to 16.7. So let me see if I could get a guide on that. But it seems good. Seems like, or at least not as bad. And then, dude, Whirlpool, their statement sounds like they like tariffs. So let's see how Wall Street takes that. But that was an interesting comment. But they missed. Guide was the same, but again, could have been worse. We'll see if that plays out. Oh, is Chipotle today? I'll stay for Chipotle if you like. I think now nothing really matters because these earnings, sadly, last earnings, we got caught up in drama, and this earnings, you just sold off so much. I don't think you're going to get. Oh, there's that expensive ass service now going. But, like, I just think it's going to be, like, if it does bad, I don't know how bad it'll do. And then what makes it go up will be very random. Watch, even Chipotle. Did Chipotle bounce leading in? Yeah, Chipotle's already down. Watch. I don't even know if things could get bad. If that, in the earnings context, if that makes any sense. Because everybody just traded these stocks like they had no money. And then you get our earnings, and you're like, well, I guess they do have money. Yeah. So I think Chipotle will be a good example. Let's see if this could actually be bad. Did it come? Yeah, so revenue was 298. Estimate was 295. So they actually beat barely. EPS 28 cents. Where is it? 29, so they beat. It was a slight beat. On both sides. I don't know. Is there a quarter two guide? I'll have to check somewhere else. It's not there yet. Let me double check. Oh. Confident we have strong plan to return to positive transaction comps in quarter two. Yeah, they're getting sprinkled in there. This happened in 2022. That's what I've been talking about on the watch list. We brought this up. That's why I gave you guys a story last night to remind you. I gave you a childhood story so you never forget this. But yeah, it does look like it. It's strong. I don't think it'll be exclusive. Like every play will be like this, but it's kind of hard to shake it. You have 288. No, I see 29. I see a revenue of 29, and then I have an estimate of 295. But I see 29. I do not see 288. I don't know where you got that number. So, yeah, at least on one of the news wires. I have two news wires saying 2.9. not 2.88. IBM, like I told you, IBM beat. I'm getting more. The guide was a reaffirm on IBM, and then the currency was better. Believe it or not, they expect 315 to 345 new restaurants. Full year comparable sales rates in low single digit range. Yeah, that's in line. Strong plan to return to positive. Digital sales up 35.4. Comparable stores down by 0.4. So they're still struggling there. Yeah, that one just wasn't like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. Wow, Jack in the Box discontinues dividend. Well. So I guess your boy's the only one left. Pizza Hut added the OG dividend restaurant payers. ServiceNow bumps up full-year guide as government business grows. Yeah, they're the killer. 15. But that was expensive. No, Jack in the Box cut the dividend. They discontinued it. Jack in the Box dividend no longer at restaurants. It was for a limited time only. I'm looking at the Chipotle. Yeah. Yeah, where did you guys get that 2.88 number? That's not accurate. But yeah, it was in line. The estimate, though, is correct, 295. Open 57. So look, in a quarter, Chipotle opened like 20-30% of the restaurants that Cava existed in. But they're going down. It's only 1%. I don't know, dude. I think Whirlpool was like that comment about tariffs. Keep an eye out for that. They literally praised Donald Trump. They said they think it'll bring strength back to American manufacturing. Yeah, the CMG split was a while ago. CMG's it looks aggressive. I guess they were up 5, but you're just back to yesterday. That one will be interesting. United Rental, like the earnings, I could probably get it. I don't think it's out of my ability, but I don't have a play on it. They have EPS of $7.91, reaffirms full year guide, $1.5 billion repurchase, first quarter net $5.18, adjusted EPS $8.86, and then revenue of $372. That was for URI. Oh, I do have so they were expecting 3.6. They killed it, dude. They beat on rev, EPS 8.89. They missed by 3 cents. And then they kept full year guide the same. So yeah, not bad. IBM's lower now? No way. Theirs was just a slight beat, but damn. Yeah, then that's good though, because if they come down, if all these names that pop come down, then everything I told you about the sandbag may not be true. But if they all fucking hold up on these arbitrary, the move doesn't really line up too much with the report, then you're just in sandbag mode. Yo, GM. What the fuck? Yo, something's happening with autos. Yo, something. It has to. Yo, GM. Up 7% after hours. Oh, I don't see anything yet, bro. Trump has to be saying something. Ford and GM just went crazy. 7%. Oh, this is Whirlpool.
Where today is about 65% is replacement demand and 35% discretionary. In the past, there was a best 50-50 or more like 40% replacement. What we saw coming, it was interesting, kind of right after the election, actually we saw an uptick on the discretionary demand. But then coming out of, well, pretty much as of mid-February towards Q1, we saw with a drop of consumer confidence.
Trump to exempt car makers.
So right now, I think the only reason why the impact overall is somewhat limited is because the replacement side of the demand is so strong.
Is there a sense, though, Mark, that when we talk about that replacement cycle, and I know
it's
to a certain
from
extent
Twitter.
Business is kind of tethered to a certain extent to
Trump to exempt certain car makers from. I think it's a rumor
about the slowdown there.
I don't think it's confirmed.
Have you discussed this idea that if we don't see a material increase in housing transactions, that would limit how many appliances people are actually out there buying?
You know, I think we already saw the last 12 months pretty much the bottom of demand because it's replacement demand. So I think from here on now, housing is just upside for us. I mean, you know, it's kind of, last year, existing home sales, which are the biggest driver of our sales, more so than new homes. Existing home sales were on a 30-year low. And right now, they've stabilized
Financial Times is the source, but
very, very historic low numbers.
I stream alerted it. I just said you saw it today, bro.
So
housing, just in case, it could still be rumor, but there is some market-moving headline related to that. And it is, Financial Times is pretty good, but you never know.
We're extremely well positioned to benefit.
I don't see Trump. There's no White House announcement.
Under control. I mean, there was.
That's what I'm saying. This isn't a White House politic announcement.
About 600 plus workers at a facility in Iowa.
Yeah, futures are going up.
More job
cuts,
more layoffs.
GM is up 7%. That's massive.
Overall, as you know, I think we certainly have a reputation to be very cost disciplined. We know how to tackle costs.
Oh yeah, what about Tesla?
Obviously, already with a softening environment,
they never move on it.
Disciplined on managing cost. But the Iowa one, which you mentioned,
they're saying exemption. Trump to exempt car makers from U.S. tariffs. Financial Times.
Imports flooding the market with cheap steel, and that impacts our production load. So it's not structurally, but we just don't have enough volume to kind of support this line. And hopefully,
you went long on that. Good luck, baby. Good luck.
That will change.
I was thinking about buying
Mark,
GM, but
taking time for us. I know
after the bell,
but Mark Bitzer, Chairman and CEO
already moved 7.
of Whirlpool, those shares higher by 4% in the after-hours trade. The company standing by its full-year forecast on the back of first-quarter results that did pretty much come in relatively in line with street estimates. Meanwhile, IBM.
Yeah, bro. Whirlpool did awful. It wasn't good, and they're acting like it was great, but they did talk positive about Trump. That guy does that. Did you not hear him, bro? Whirlpool sounds very bullish on tariffs. That's very odd. And then you just got that Financial Times news. So it still could be a rumor. Be careful, but at the end of the day, that could be, like I was telling you yesterday, these type of vibe news is what's going to kind of dictate everything. Yeah, dude, I don't know if you were here. We got that in the first second, bro. So, like I said, just be careful just in case it's rumor. But, yeah, some of you got to jump big enough to make a future play. But other than that, that'll probably be one of your main headlines coming into tomorrow. And then Commerce Secretary initiates NS National Security investigation of imports of trucks. There you go. That's the real head. That makes sense why GM and Ford would have an outsized impact. Again, we do a lot of trucks. But then again, the trucks, everybody makes the trucks in the United States, even Mercedes. IBM CFO says businesses are rethinking spending amid uncertain economic backdrop. Dude, that's funny. Because this is what I'm trying to tell you. Do you not see a very big difference? This guy's like, yeah, no one's spending money. And then Whirlpool's like, this is great for America. And if you notice the difference in discretionary and staple purchases. And then, so yeah, every company has a different look, different industry. Yeah, you guys have the wire up, so you should see these comments. Yeah, the Financial Times news hitting again. People are getting it now. All right. But yeah, that'll be a theme for autos into the morning. Futures went up a little bit, but wild day. Long term coming back a little. Other than that, are you guys ready for leg day? I like it. Someone said it in the chat. You guys know you can't spell legendary without spelling leg day? I thought that was amazing. So, that really motivated me today. Time to be legendary. And the way you get legendary is via leg day. So I'm going to do it, man. Yeah, the leg day is in legendary. Yeah, so that's it, man. Time to go. Time to go. No, bad time to buy Whirlpool? No, great time to buy Whirlpool. Because now you got the earnings, you got it out the way, you got the extra quarterly discount. I wouldn't wait too long. I'm still down on it, but I am actually liking that. Especially, I don't know if let me see. Give me like maybe a day when I could get like an updated balance sheet from today and tie it in everything. But I want to get some updates on that expense ratio and that dividend. But if they can turn it around and this was just that growth fluke, can we get back to that outperformance? This is a really good spot for them. So I still like it. It wasn't until like, a week or two ago that we went negative on it. So I don't like it when I'm up on it. But around here, I don't want to touch it around earnings. Now we got the earnings. It's good. They're aligning with Trump, and they're not worried about tariffs. It will help them. I like it a lot. And 9% yield is better than cash, but there is the downside risk of the dividend. So like I said, let me get an updated balance sheet and run some numbers. But until it gets past my price, I like it while it's still down. But have a broader plan, and if you need cash, I wouldn't be buying shit. Ta-da! But other than that, Chad, I love you. God bless you. But it's time. It's time. We must depart. South Airlines not reiterating full year guide or 2026 EBITDA guide. Well, Chad, I'll give you one more. One more and we're outie. But that's it. I love you. I gotta go get ready. Hey. Long time. Check me. Yeah. Dollar for the tacos, $1 for the chicken. Used to think life rough then, but now I'm reminiscing. Dream is feeling distant. Supposed to have her, shoulda had her, but now I have her. So frustrating, so irate. So I'm just saying, why the fuck we so patient? If this was 68, we woulda had a riot. Now you speaking for the people and they tell you be quiet. I ain't buying it. Little guy defend the MNC, anoint them at the DNC. Why your social movement always benefit the S&P? The first place to look for enemies, not your fucking family,
Know your core beliefs. I hope you see the war beneath. Forget about the future. They say only grab what's in your reach. They ain't smiling at you. It's a battle and they show it deep. Taught you how to criticize, so wisdom stay beneath your feet. Man, I'm feeling overlooked. They ain't even hungry, but they telling us that we cook. Hard to read the room if you can't even read a book. Yeah, hard to fake a smile when they sewn our mouths shut. Fuck, we won't even hear this. You won't even feel this. Jealousy override empathy and realness. A corporation steal this, repackage it and reel it. Evil so fearless, it's so shameless. Saying I'm blameless. The generation filming in the moment won't say shit. Why we call it brain dead when it felt like our soul dead? Or maybe we just sold it. Oh shit. Whoop. Chadadonia. Well, that after hours news still going. Southwest did not give the guide. Whirlpool, making my way downtown. Tariffs high and we like them. I manufacture. I manufacture. I will go 1,000 miles if I can just free trade. That's a good song, but I love you, Chad. Have a good one. Trump also to exempt steel and aluminum from what the fuck? Again? No. Are you kidding me? Another one. Another exemption vibe for tomorrow, man. All for it to get halfway walked back tomorrow by somebody. Oh, I love it. I love it. See, I encourage you to love it. Don't get frustrated. Trust me. This is what, that's why. I don't like roller coasters. I like this, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you could just, you're going to win some, lose some, but like just embrace, don't get frustrated. I'm telling you. Don't get frustrated. You got to calm down. So, I'm going to go fucking do some legs, okay? You know, and that's why I stopped, like, even reacting crazy. You know that? Like, even yesterday when y'all were freaking out, I took my sweet-ass time, bro. I went home. I finished my workout. I went home. My girl made me some food. I talked with her for a little bit. We chatted. He made some jokes. I took a shower. I was like, oh, I got to poop. I went and took a poop. And then I sat down. I was like, let's see where it's at. But that's kind of what's been going on. So like, just don't get too jumpy after hours because quite frankly, whatever we are getting, it does have some impact, but then it like gets either fully walked back or halfway the next day. And then like really a lot of the developments, like again, most people were talking China last night, but the gap up was off of the Powell. Not one person said anything about Powell all China today. So you'll be surprised. But just take it easy, go at a good pace. And if you are certain, then you probably hate this market. But other than that, just vibe in the PHILO, man. You could move forward without answers sometimes. So vibe with it, baby. Vibe with it. Vibe with it. I've got you to the point where you could laugh at the crazy. Really? Were you one of the people who would freak out prior? Because some people think I am a little psycho. I mean, you have to be. But like people would get mad at me. Like, how do you laugh at this? How do you? I'm like, easy. This is actually very fun. But so I really hope you do because that will ease you up, bro. I'm telling you. And it's good. And then you'll make some money off of it. And you'll really start sifting the trees from the woods, you know? And you'll find what's really there. But enjoy it, man. Enjoy all of it. But on that note, enjoy all your news. Enjoy everything else in between. Good luck. Something now is happening because now I don't want to see. That's why. Let me go. I'll work out and I'll come back and then I'll see where it's at and I'll give you an update, okay? All right? So that's it. It'll be good to go, baby. But Chad, I love you. God bless you. God bless America. Thank you to the veterans. We wouldn't be here without y'all. But that is all I have. Go read the books, Richest Man of Babylon, Proverbs, New Living Translation, and The Strangest Secret in the World. And don't forget why we're here. Why we keep going. Why that faith, hope, and love ain't ever going out of style.
and why we won't let a miracle be our downfall. Why we can move forward without the answers, baby. It's like it's called faith. I don't know, baby. Why, baby? Why? Finger to the sky, baby. To God be the glory, and through the grace of God alone. Amen. Amen. So, Chattadonia, I love you. God bless you. God bless America. And yeah, I think Trump is actually going to go live, but I don't think it's going to be about the market. Maybe it will be. I would rather watch it on the treadmill. So that's what I'm going to go do right now. So thank you for your time. You have a great day. I will see you on the watch list tonight. It'll probably be a live one. We got to see. It might be later too. We're going to got to see what we're doing with the schedule, man. But have a good one. And finger to the sky, baby. And get a long term or you're wasting your time. Amen. Amen. Peace. I got a life. I've been holding the long term since 1890, Josh. That's when I was 20 years old. And ever since, yeah, fuck it. Where's Elizabeth? Enough for me. You don't need me. Why do you need Josh to make politic jokes when you could just watch jokes of politicians? No, seriously. I'm not going to lie. Josh has a point. The voices are funny, but I think reality's a little funnier. It's a little funnier. Come on. Come on. It's a little chuckle. Even Elizabeth chuckled. Look at, she chuckled. She can't hold it back. Watch. She said, that's me. Look at that. You guys, when you ask me a question, I do that sometimes. They say, Josh.
I said
Josh,
I had not seen decline.
Do you think that Russia owns Donald Trump? I do this. I go, huh? They say, Josh, the economy is over forever. I go, Josh, I'm selling the long term. It's going to crash. I go, it's me right there. I go like that. I laugh just like that. I break character and I laugh. No long term?
I said I had
You're too
not
political,
seen
Josh.
decline.
I'm not listening to you anymore. I'm going to listen to the TV. I'm not gonna watch you if you do that. All you talk about is Jesus. Jesus. That's me. I do this face. I laugh.
I said
Is it
I
funny?
had
It's
not
hilarious.
seen decline.
Do you regret saying that President Biden had a mental acuity? He had a sharpness to him. You said that up until July of last year.
I said what I believe to be true.
And you think he was as sharp as you?
So favorite.
I said I had not seen decline. And I hadn't at that point.
You did not see any decline from 20.
And I hadn't at that point.
You did not.
And I
Chad.
And I had.
Chad.
And I hadn't. And I hadn't. And
I do that right
hadn't
before I clap you.
at that point.
That's what I do before I clap you.
And
So
I
I'm like,
hadn't
come on, really?
at that point.
Oh, you gonna really act
And I
like that?
hadn't
Like you ain't an adult who know the answers? I don't think you dumb. I don't assume you're stupid.
And I
I
hadn't.
assume you're smart. That's why I make that
And I
face.
hadn't at that
They
point.
think
You
you're
did not
dumb.
see
I
the
think you're
decline.
smart. That's why I expect better from you.
And I hadn't.
I'm like, what?
And I hadn't at that point.
You did not see any decline from 2024 Joe Biden to 2021 Joe Biden?
Not when I said that. You know, the thing is, he was sharp. He was on his feet. I saw him. Live event. I had meetings with him a couple of times.
Senator, on his feet is not praise. He can speak in sentences is not praise.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Look, the question is, what are we going to do now?
Okay.
I agree, but we ain't gonna do it with you. You are right, Elizabeth, but you lost your opportunity now, I feel like. And that's what we need to start getting on, because you're right. It is about how we move forward and what to do, and it's gonna be not with these old-ass motherfucking liars, you know? Have a good day. I'm going to go do legs. Peace. I agree. Exactly. I don't, but I'm an old guy too, so I don't know. Exactly. Have a wonderful evening. I reclaim my time. Goodbye.